good news on the newspaper page, and love and tradition of the grand design. Some people say it's even harder to find. Well, then there must be some magic clue inside these gentle walls. 'Cause all I see is a tower of dreams, real love bursting out of every seam. It's the bigger love of the family.
Okay, there you go. There's only two. Alright. You have a CD player set up? Mike, dude. Mike? Are we live? What the hell, Travis? Get the fuck out of my chair!
I was looking at the...
Oh, damn it, Brad.
There's nothing there.
What are you talking about? There's nothing in
I
it.
just can't see the water, dude. It's clear. Look,
Well,
watch.
watch. Dump it on the floor, dude.
It's like a carpet.
God damn it, dude.
Nowhere is a cup safe.
Somehow I always end up kicking over his fucking drink, dude, and it's fucking pissing me off. It's pissing me off.
It is a skill
I wish they got
I've learned to not do.
The breakdancing there. That would be bad.
Can you sit up closer a little bit? I get the framing right on this? Yeah. Sit where you normally sit.
Look at. Feel left out.
You can use mine.
Is that where you normally sit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whose is this? Yours? Yeah. I wish I was able to take notes. And then secret meeting. That's what?
Should have been there.
I was entertaining instead.
Oh, yeah, that's important too. Is it live?
What is this for?
Is it the Persona 3 one?
Yep, P3.
You what?
Oh!
This one's the Resident Evil one?
I had a time somewhere. You can, no,
What's it do? What? Oh, I can people send a name and not say anything.
We good to go?
Got water on it. Or apple juice.
Nick, you need to be this way a little more.
Once again, Travis is totally blocking the sun out. Or blocking.
So you're referring to yourself as the sun now?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
You shit it. You're recording. You just edited that out, right?
Yeah.
I guess.
Sorry about that, dude. Somehow I always find a way to kick your drink.
Oh, you kicked it hard? I thought Travis did.
No, I freaking just like sat back and then leaned over to talk to Travis and then bloop, 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 I flipped and kicked it over again.
He flip, 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 flip.
I'm swapping.
Ooh. Alright, let's do this. I'm hungry.
Why does it seem like the table's got smaller?
I don't know. It's a
Maybe
little bit
Travis,
weird.
maybe Travis just got bigger.
I've been working out.
Okay.
Head crab. Go.
Alright.
I have a CD player.
Okay, so welcome everybody to 4Player Podcast, show number 62. The Brad, I guess, late birthday special, kind of.
It's our birthday special?
Kind of, I guess it was.
We all have birthdays.
Yeah.
I get to talk about
first of all, real quick.
No, please don't.
First of all, real quick, thanks to everybody who was on time today and showed up for our
Usually we had a couple problems.
Yeah, but we appreciate you guys showing up. It always means a lot to us whenever we try to put effort into something and people show up and we're able to share with you guys. So thanks a lot. That helps a lot. I guess let me start off real quick. Today we have with us Travis and Miles Granger, and
hello, I'm here again.
We have Nicholas Scott Henderson.
Wow, I did use my own name. Hello.
Brad Anthony Simons.
Anthony.
Is that really your middle name?
Is that weird?
And then of course,
yeah. Is it a weird middle name?
I've got hosting duties this week on David Lau, so
what's your middle name?
Nice to see you guys. I actually don't have a middle name.
Really?
Yeah. Do you not have it? No, I don't have a middle name.
Chinese, eh?
I forgot. I'll be real quick, man. Sorry.
Oh no, what is he doing? What the hell? He's got to have... I have a feeling he's going to come back and like...
I saw a stupid shirt.
Well, I was going to wrap it up, but I didn't have time, so...
oh, it's freaking Haruhi shirt.
Happy birthday, Brad.
Oh, shit.
Oh!
Not bad, not bad.
Why don't you show the camera so we...
Let me go over to the camera, but keep it rolling, man, because we're a podcast.
For the audio record.
We got a pretty good show today lined up.
Wait. You got to tell the people who listen to the MP3 we just got.
Oh, Brad. Brad will talk about it later. He'll probably play it on the site later. This week on the show, we're going to run through our community section first, where we talk about JTV and everything and what's been going on. We'll move on to impressions. Everybody's been playing something, and we'll talk about
yes, for once.
Except you, right?
For once, action. So.
Well, then we'll go on to our weekly discussion, where we'll talk about how stories affect the storyline affects video games. We're going to talk a little bit about like perfect 10 scores, and because recently GTA 4 came out, and both GameSpot and IGN gave them perfect 10s, but kind of in weird ways. And we'll round out the show with a little bit of some wish list, some sweaty palms, shameful secrets, and then of course the hype machine, where we talk about what's coming out that we're getting excited about. So this should be pretty good. I guess if you guys don't mind, let's jump right into the community section, the JTV community, about what we've been doing, what's going on this week. Would you like to kick it off, Brad, because you've been playing mostly?
No, I would not. Yeah, sure. So I've been playing GTA 4. It's a pretty cool game. Yeah, I've been playing a lot of that. No, I mean that's not it. But I mean, I don't know how much in depth I'm going to go to. I am liking the game more as I'm progressing more into the story. I'm not stuck in my little tracksuit in Brooklyn anymore. I'm kind of moved on up and.
Are you in the second island yet?
Well, I mean the second main island. I mean,
you're in the second main island.
Well, I mean, I'm in Manhattan.
There's Bohan, which is the second island.
Yeah. You're the other island's available from the beginning. I'm in the Manhattan, the main island. And it's nice, man, because driving around Times Square just looks freaking awesome. I mean, yeah, it just really captures that sense of, you know, whatever New York's all about, I guess, at least in that area.
I visited China.
Chinatown's really cool.
Chinatown's really cool.
And you know, I went. First thing I did when I got into the city is I went and bought a new suit. You know.
Oh my God,
that's exactly what I did.
Oh man, are you pimping the black suit with the red tie?
Yeah, the Hitman.
Yeah.
Only because everybody was begging me to buy that one.
That's my character.
Yeah. Also, I got me some new. I got me a new bachelor pad, which is pretty awesome.
Wait, you got a new place?
Yeah, it's freaking nice.
That's the one in Bohan?
Like King Bohan? What are you talking about?
Bohan is the island that's above the first island.
The Bronx? No.
The second one.
Yeah, no, the one in Manhattan.
You're farther than
Manhattan.
Yeah, you're further than me.
Well, it depends, because there's certain choices you make in this game. And if you don't make a certain choice,
have you done the hospital mission yet?
If you don't, well, I mean, missions are kind of random, like side missions and stuff.
You can choose.
But there's a point where you're gonna have to make a decision. There's probably lots of these in this game, and I have a feeling that if I didn't make the decision I did, I wouldn't have that nice ass place that I do now. It's a nice fucking place, dude. Like I get into an elevator to go up to my place. Like you can walk out to the balcony and it's fucking like it's
Oh man.
Woo! I don't. Yeah.
You're getting me excited.
JTV though.
And I did purchase a Huxtable sweater, which is pretty cool.
Oh,
For when I go sit on the stoop in Brooklyn. But yeah. I've also tried some other things. I purchased Echo Chrome for the PSP, which is, by the way, a different game than the one for the PlayStation 3.
Really?
Like there's no overlap in levels. The levels in the PS3 version are not the same as they are in the PSP version, which is kind of lame. They're both $9.99, but it makes me wonder, like, why didn't they just put all the levels in both?
But you only got the PSP version, right?
I got the PSP version because it's a puzzle game, it's handheld, and it's hard as shit. I mean, I love the music in the game, I love the style of the game, I love the concept, but it's hard as shit. Your brain has to think a certain way, not only, it's not just about, you have to be really good with like spatial reasoning, but in a 3D like space where there's certain rules that apply.
I don't like fantasy.
Like, yeah,
This JTV section is turning out to be
Impressions.
I thought we moved on. Why are we in the JTV section?
Because we
wanted
to start off with the JTV section first.
Weren't you at the meeting?
I
Did
thought.
you miss the memo?
What? Were you at the meeting?
Oh, I thought we just meant before discussion. So what am I supposed to be talking
Well,
about?
Actually, his JTV section is kind of... Oh, except for the PSP thing. I guess you were broadcasting that.
Well, the thing is, keep going. Do you have anything else on Echo Chrome before we move on to the PS3 games that we got for the demo? No?
Right.
What? I'm all confused now.
What's going on?
Well, we all got together. We played some Siren, the new translation.
Yes.
Yeah.
On PS3. We played that live.
Yes.
What were y'all's impressions with that?
I really want to pick it up.
Me
if
too.
it ever comes
Really?
out.
Although I did learn something.
Echo Chrome,
I did learn
okay.
something that was rather interesting about the Siren demo.
What? So I'm confused.
Don't worry about it.
Echo Chrome. I'll talk to you about it later.
Okay. Okay, Brad.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Are we all agreed on this? Or are we moving on?
Siren.
Yeah, Siren demo.
I really want to pick it up, but I did learn something interesting. It looks like they're segmenting it into different episodes that are going to be...
Yeah, the episodic content thing?
It's going to be like they're going to release retail versions apparently, but they're going to be episodic. I don't know if it's going to like... Together it's going to make it... I don't know if it's together it's going to make a remake of the entire original game or what, but it's very confusing.
Have they announced that it's going to be in America yet?
They announced that it's going to be hitting Europe. Which means that US should be following shortly thereafter. So
it's region free. You can just get it from.
So even if they don't release it in America, that'll probably be the first game I ever imported.
You can still get it from Japan if you want to. It's all in English except the writing.
Yeah.
Everything important.
But then again,
The text, like every menu and
everything
Well,
is going to be
unless
Japanese. And
you think it's going to be text based when you're like inspecting stuff?
Sure.
oh, yeah.
Which game?
Everything, all the text.
Any game is like the voice acting is for the main sequences, but
Well, I don't know if they
It's
want
kind of
to
like
be,
us.
you
It's
know,
kind of like us
super
playing.
out
It's
there.
kind of like us playing Japanese RPGs here with Japanese voices, but English subtitles. But it's the other way around. They did everything. It's kind of nothing is going to be in English. But I like the look and feel of the game. It kind of felt more like action based, more like Resident Evil 4. It was more fast paced.
But why did it look so grimy? It was so hard to see stuff.
I think that was your
like
key. I think that was, to be honest, I think that was the fact that it wasn't playing on HDTV. It looks like it's one of those games that really
it's an HD TV.
That's not true. I mean, that's...
720p, right?
It doesn't matter. It shouldn't have looked that bad. It
Did
shouldn't
it?
have
You
been.
thought it was bad? I really liked the way
I
it
thought that
looked.
looked amazing.
I couldn't see anything.
I think
it wasn't lit enough.
I think if you were
It
playing...
wasn't lit enough, exactly.
they do that intentionally.
No. I played games where like you're limited by whatever the flashlight in your
Like
hand.
you play the next gen.
Oh, what the hell is up with the whole
I'm just saying,
next gen?
like Resident Evil 4 is last gen. It looked a lot better than this game.
I
I
don't agree with
disagree
that.
completely.
Completely disagree with that. This game
Like
is
I think you need to
amazing.
play that demo again. It looked
I think-
grimy as shit, even with the
I
lights
think
off.
you need to play the demo on that TV. I think you need to play it on a...
Oh, the big.
Well,
If the demo requires you to have a 62-inch like widescreen 1080p TV, then I don't think it's a good idea.
Well, that... Okay,
Something tells me that game would look better on an SD TV.
No. Really? I feel the
We have
exact
it in
opposite.
SD though, that's the thing. We're not using component cables to broadcast.
Exactly, right there. Wait, yeah. So, wait, I'm confused. Were you playing that in...
Wait.
No, wait, what?
God damn it, David. Were you playing that in HD or were you
It's
playing
being
this?
We
broadcasted.
can't do it in HD because we broadcast it.
So we were playing that in regular standard
Yes.
definition. Exactly.
Looked fine to me.
And that game is meant to be played in HD.
Sometimes I can't even tell the difference, dude.
I can't
Except when
either.
I'm on super
If
huge.
you're on one of those tiny ass TVs.
Okay. Anyways, before we get too far with that, Brad played through the Haze demo, and then Nick played through the Haze
And I
demo.
watched.
And,
Yeah.
how
This is a game that I currently have reserved, and I was planning on picking up. I don't know. See, I don't know if I'm jumping the gun by saying I'm not going to pick the game up now.
Well, it's a demo, first of all.
Not only is it a demo, but it was
It's
a
a
demo of the year.
year-old demo.
It's a year-old demo.
I know that's exactly what
Well,
stopped me from
you
doing
think
it.
they would
but
release another demo?
Well,
But I
some
can't
people
help-
just don't want to waste the time doing that.
I can't help.
They ain't gonna give
Because
them
what-
as many sales.
What was it that Nick
I can't help but feel
Right?
feel like whatever they add is. I mean, I don't feel like they can add anything that's really going to make it that much.
You know what you
better.
could add? You got more nectar.
Oh my god.
Because he runs out really fast.
I'm not going to judge the game.
I run out really
based on
fast. He keeps freaking like reaching over, like do more nectar. Hitting my hand, like injecting myself with the freaking drug.
It's sweet, dude. Sweet nectar.
You have to watch it live.
Sweet,
because
sweet nectar.
Brad live is like hilarious. Like I guess he's like in sleep mode or like chilled out mode right now. But when he was like, "That nectar, give me like some of that nectar."
It was a bad demo.
What to you made it a bad demo? Exactly.
The voice acting,
The fact
the
that
dialogue.
I don't want to play it ever again. In any regards.
All right, that pretty much.
I mean,
that's pretty
everything about it sucked.
much- that fucking cutscene was hilarious, man.
I mean, I guess I can go over the things that didn't suck.
The voice acting was alright.
Hey,
Your visor closed in front of you. That was kind of cool.
No. Been done before, a lot better.
When you
Yeah, that was. I couldn't tell what he was doing. Was he losing his mind, or was he dying, or what?
The only thing about this game that the only reason I'm still considering like waiting to see like reviews of this game is because one, it's a shitty demo, and two is that it's free radical and whatever. I mean, even if it's not like the whole team that did Perfect Dark and GoldenEye, just the core team, they did since then do the Time Splitter series, which I think is a great series, and Second Sight, which is a great underrated game as well. So I'm curious to see if this could be good. I'm puzzled why they would just make a generic looking Halo wannabe or whatever it is in the demo, but yeah.
What was up with the freaking? I didn't understand the whole why some enemies were not like you have to be. Was it when you inject yourself with the nectar, then they become bright lights so you can see them a lot easier?
Yes. Yeah, if you inject too much, they turn black. And if you don't inject, they just look... They kind of blend in.
Well, if you get to your blood abnormality, they turn black because your allies and them, they're all black, and you can't tell the difference between who's who.
And then if you don't do it, they kind of just blend in because they're all...
Yeah, I mean, it's actually, the graphics are kind of shitty. You can't even see, like, the enemies.
And I think
you
that
don't
has
have the
like
nectar
purpose
turned
for
on.
it. So nectar's needed.
Yeah, maybe, but in
Just
detailed
sad.
graphics, you'd be able to tell, like, regardless.
I was kind of disappointed in the way like when you attack them, like you can cut their nectar thing, whatever supplying the nectar to them, and they start freaking out and they turn red. And
Oh, your
everything.
teammates?
Yeah, but then
It's supposed to happen automatically. Your teammates are supposed to, like, I think, supposed to randomly do that in battle if they inject too much nectar, and you kind of have to learn how to deal with
It was
that
weird though,
problem.
but I did it. Like I made him freak out, and then all of a sudden, like after he finished freaking out, he stopped moving. Like I couldn't get him to do anything. He just froze there basically, and I kept shooting. I shot him in the head. Like
We're wasting too much time on this shitty demo. We'll talk about it more when the game comes out, and if we get to the reviews or if we try it out.
So yeah,
But yeah, his demo, don't even bother playing.
Well, let's
Nice
we're
try,
running
son.
into impressions now. Real quick before we close up the JTG section, there's a poll up to see what Brad plays next. Look for us. What are we playing this week? Well, I was way back Wednesday. How did you enjoy that?
I really just played one game thoroughly. and that
Catwoman.
was Catwoman. I forgot about
I played
Catwoman.
Catwoman for like.
Are you serious?
45 minutes.
Like the one with Halle Berry?
10 minutes.
Yeah,
and then I
it was
left.
bad.
Came back
It
and
was
played
really
some
bad.
fun game. But no, I played Duke Nukem Total Meltdown.
Yes. I
Which
saw it.
that's a blast. I didn't want to put that game down, but people got bored with it.
Strippers are pretty hot.
They are pretty hot. They got some
So
crazy nipple.
That's some hot
crazy
pixelation.
nipple
It was
tests.
ridiculous,
Some
dude.
crazy nipple.
No, but that's my first exposure to Duke Nukem game. Even though I know it's not the original or anything, so it's not as good, I guess, as the PC versions. But I really thoroughly enjoyed that game. I actually found it a challenge to get it through that game when Doom is,
Wait, did you beat it?
No, I did like 3 levels.
Are you gonna buy the new
Duke
Nukem game when it comes out?
5 years from now? 4? 10?
No, this
Here,
year.
I was listening.
It's
I was
coming out
actually.
this year.
I was listening to One Up, and apparently one of the guys on One Up apparently knows somebody that works on the game and says, or knows somebody that has seen the game being played because his friend knows someone.
Okay, I said it's coming out this year. That's what he said.
I know, but he says he's seen the game in action, and despite the horrible, horrible quality of the trailer they released, he said the gameplay actually looked really good. So
the third person, this is like 10 years too late.
Probably 10 years too late. And they talked a lot about how they don't think it's going to freaking appeal to gamers nowadays.
Because nobody even knows who Duke Nukem is.
No, there's still a big fan base.
I mean,
right? People who probably never play it are just like, holy shit, I've heard so much about Duke Nukem. It has to be a good game, so I'm going to pick it up.
I mean,
you get told.
It's surprising that a lot of people picked up Turok, and there hasn't been like a good Turok game since the 64, right?
Yeah.
That's correct.
So I posted a poll on the site, and the poll, you kind of, glazed over it, but the thing is
there's a poll to see what Brad's playing next on JTV.
Yeah, and the poll,
it's running away.
If you go to the site, 4playerpodcast.com, thanks, school, there's a poll on the top. You don't have to register to vote, but you can only vote once. Now, it's going to be the game that I'm going to be playing like next week, upcoming, because I'm getting kind of bored of GTA. On the poll is Silent Hill 4, the 2 expansions for Fear, Assassin's Creed, The Darkness, and Resistance Fall of Man. And so far...
The rest of them are all zeros, right?
No. I mean, there's like 4 votes for Assassin's Creed, 2 votes for Resistance, whatever. But
only one person showed love for The Darkness.
But the 2 main...
Was it you?
That person, I think, actually changed their vote, because I'm pretty sure I saw more than one vote for The Darkness before, which you can do. The 2 main... There's 25 votes for Silent Hill 4 and 25 votes for the Fear expansions.
Make that 26. I'm casting my vote right now.
So yeah, go to the poll, make your choice, because I will make my decision based on that. So check that out.
Based on which ones you vote on, Brad will go completely opposite of what you pick. Anyways, so that's what Brad's doing this week. Travis, do you have any plans for Way Back Wednesday?
The only thing, I'm going to try to look up a copy of, what is it? Abe's Odyssey.
Wait, which one?
Oh, you mean first one? Or PS1.
Oh, PS1.
Abe's Odyssey. You wouldn't play isn't this the first one?
Abe's Odyssey.
That's the first one? What's Exodus?
The second one.
Second one?
Exodus, the second one?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like the second book of the Bible, David?
Travis, I have it over there.
Oh, you do have it?
Yeah.
I was looking for it, because I remember you playing it a while ago.
I'll remember seeing it.
Yeah, check out this Wednesday. I guess you're going to be over again for Way Back Wednesday.
I'll do it. I'll find something else to dig around with.
Dig around with good.
Yeah,
any plans from you this week, Nicholas? Besides, we're playing, let's go tonight.
We're playing Fatal Frame 3 tonight. Hopefully beat it.
Yeah, so we can finally put that...
Do you have any idea how far you are into it?
Put that behind us.
No, but we're pretty close. We're on like 99.
We need to end this stuff. I need to finish up.
We need to wrap up Call of Cthulhu too. We haven't revisited Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah.
My main thing I want to do is finish those 2 games.
Yeah, I got to finish Onimusha. Also, I picked up a game for the Wii, and I'll probably be playing on JTV tomorrow.
Are you gonna?
Or maybe tonight. Brad will probably be playing with me. Boom Block.
I thought you said he wasn't going to pick up Boom Blocks.
I said he hadn't picked it up.
No, but you have.
I picked it up today.
You haven't touched it yet?
I just got back from work. I'll pick it up. It's the Steven Spielberg game published by EA.
Which I've actually heard really, really good.
Yeah, surprisingly it's pretty good. We'll see what happens when we play it this week.
I've actually heard. I've actually heard a comparison to Little Big Planet.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Crap, dude.
I'm curious because this is like there hasn't been many like highly rated third-party games on the Wii, and if they can.
Well, it's not third party. It's EA.
Yeah, that is.
Oh, I'm sorry. Never mind. I was thinking. Just kidding.
Movies.
Just kidding.
Anyways, okay. Finally, to wrap up the JTV section, this week, we've had some. We've had some interaction with the viewers. It was nice. Not only playing. Travis has been playing. You've been playing Halo 3 with some people.
Not done.
Well, you did back, and a certain unmentionable person.
This week?
No, it was a while back.
Oh.
But more recently, Brad's been playing GTA and running around with people. And it was fun because I went back and watched the clips of like Brad playing with other people like Yaguba and a certain kill stealer that will not be mentioned.
Also, Gemini was in there.
Gemini.
There's a lot of people from.
There's a lot of people in the things.
I tried to join.
And the thing is, I mean, it's great you guys watch us and we appreciate it. But also, it gets getting to the point where we kind of want to get to know you guys too. So during this week, sometime we're gonna. I mean, everybody knows the regulars, and they've always been in there. So we're gonna start picking out regulars and kind of talking to them and doing an interview and kind of getting some information about them, like a profile.
Yeah, we'll feature that stuff on our blog site.
On the blog site, maybe next week's show. We're gonna try it out and see what happens. We'll pick
Not over for dinner.
Huh?
Have pizza with us.
I don't know about pizza.
Play Marvel Alliance. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing.
That
We'll
could
do
be
something.
Deadpool.
We'll do something where we can get to know them a little bit.
By the way, while we're talking about what we've been
It's
doing
not
on JTV, we got together and played a little bit of Marvel Ultimate Alliance last week.
But that was it for the JTV section. So I mean,
No, it's not.
if you guys are here, in
Oh,
the
we have
chat
one more
room,
thing in our community section.
We'll pick you guys. There's no need to self.
Why are you skipping over?
It's his goddamn show.
No, let me finish this. There's no reason to self-promote. We'll pick somebody out who, of course, is going to be somebody who's always contributing, always there. So,
Tell me where to get my.
and so if
chainsaw.
you're not there, then come in and join us, and maybe you'll get picked. Or maybe not. Oh yeah, one more quick thing. Thanks a lot, Mike and Sandra. I don't know if you guys saw the bear do a barrel roll artwork, but that actually is Mike Azado. That's his product of his hard work. So, and he also did a lot of the editing and helped set up lighting and camera and shooting and tons of other
For our little intro,
for the season 1 intro. Yeah, that'll be our intro for the rest of season 1. So
However long that.
definitely look for more stuff from Mike later on, as he'll start working on more stuff later with us. So definitely. No, sorry. Go ahead, Nick. Do you want to say your part?
Why are some community questions?
We have some community.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that's part
Yeah,
of it.
that's one thing.
I'm
but
sorry.
y-
Are we jumping that in?
Yeah, are y'all trying to ignore the fact that we played Marvel
Alliance.
Ultimate Alliance?
No.
No, I think we should
I'll
talk
tell you-
about that because that was.
I'll
freaking
tell you
fun.
what. I had a conversation with some customers in the store about Marvel characters because I was working with someone that we work with that is really big into comic books. Got into a huge conversation with 2 or 3 other guys about Marvel characters. When I mentioned I played Deadpool, they
Laugh.
they thought Deadpool was one of the best characters in the freaking game.
We
In
weren't
the
talking.
game or in Marvel.
The idea was not we don't pick like
No,
the best
and he was a
characters.
cool character in Marvel. And
That's
like,
fine.
But he was-
But
But we were
We're
trying to
picking
pick
the most-
classic heroes.
we're missing epic
People
of
with
the
like
epic.
movies and
Who
stuff.
knows Deadpool?
I don't give a
Because
fuck.
I
I
don't
knew
know
Deadpool.
We were trying to pick
don't
the
count.
epic of the epic. We have the Incredible Hulk, Captain America,
Iron Man,
Iron Man. It would have been Spider-Man, Spidey,
Spider-Man. Anybody really. Wolverine.
Wolverine.
I don't
Yeah.
want to be one of these.
No.
Deadpool.
Deadpool.
I don't want to be one of those lame characters.
What do you mean
Lame.
lame?
Hey, did you hear the good news? There's a Deadpool movie coming out.
Are you pulling that out of your ass?
No, that's true.
No.
Yeah, well, somebody pulled it out of their ass, but then I just presented it to you.
Oh, okay. Delightful. I'll go see it.
It'll never come out.
It'll probably turn out like The Punisher. But,
Punisher wasn't that bad.
What was the Punisher from? Was that Marvel?
yeah, Punisher's Marvel.
Never heard of Punisher either. So I was bad.
Really?
Really?
You've never heard of The Punisher?
Well, it makes it bigger than Deadpool.
All right, so
What a nerd!
Why didn't you just
I guess
pick Moon Knight?
Are we jumping? Oh gosh, are we jumping into JTV questions right now?
Yes, let's get to some JTV questions. So,
Sure.
we got several questions from Defichy this week, but I'm gonna pick.
Don't do him.
Why? We didn't get the. Shut up. You shut up. So, okay. First question comes from. Have we ever gotten to the point where somebody has told us that we're too old to be playing video games, or at a younger age, has your parents decided to either not let you get any games or systems, or
My parents.
yeah? I mean,
That's a good question, actually.
let's not limit it to your parents. Has anyone ever told us that we're too old to be playing games?
My parents.
Brad's parents.
I look directly at Brad because that's all I ever hear from him. He gets like zero support from his parents about games, I think.
Yeah.
Like absolutely zero. Like my parents, like they hate me playing games, but
It's funny, 'cause my parents didn't used to be very open. They thought, they were like, okay, it's just like a phase or whatever, and then after I started to really get into it, I stayed with it all the way through college and stuff like that, and I started to do a show, and work at a video game retailer, and become really serious about it. And they started to see the kind of things I was doing with it, like our blog site and everything. They become a lot more supportive.
that's how my
You're
parents
actually
were
doing
too.
something with it rather than just like
And
sitting away,
they always,
wasting your life.
and they've seen that I,
Did your parents even know you do a show, Travis?
Yeah, I'm on those.
My parents.
My mom knows.
Well, my
hope she didn't tell my dad.
She's my
but
number
mom
one.
knows.
She's my number one fan. There's a shirt and everything.
She's rapper.
She has a shirt that says, I love Nobunaga.
Oh my god.
My one doesn't watch it.
I wonder if she'd be proud of you for that.
She's heard me do it.
She probably. Oh my god.
She heard it the night I first did it.
Well, she was watching
Before I ever did it in here. I was just doing it at home with people on the internet. And she heard me and she laughed.
Oh, that's
Dad
good.
was at home.
Oh, geez.
I don't get any of that from my parents. Well, my dad will do it. He has a ranch and does cowboy shit, but
Cowboy
I get
shit.
most of my feedback, negative feedback from people at the school who are like, are you going to do this for the rest of your life? Like, they don't care now, but they ask me personally, do you think you're going to play video games for the rest of the life? I'm like, hell yeah.
Why not?
I only hope so,
It's a
dude.
multi-billion-dollar industry. Why the hell not?
It was close for me. My parents, there's been plenty of times where my parents were like, hey, you need to quit wasting your life. You need to do something in your life. Quit playing games. And quit working. I know why you like working at that video game store. I know why you like it. You sit there and play games all day.
No, we don't actually.
Yeah, I was like, thanks a lot for telling me what I exactly don't do, because I sure as hell
You have to
don't.
work at Game Crazy to do that.
Anyways.
But I mean, like, I don't know. I lost what I was going to say too.
You told your parents to screw off?
No.
A lot of people who say these kind of things just don't understand it. They don't look at it the same way we do. Like, freaking, all they see is like the negative stuff about it that they hear all over freaking CNN.com, whatever. Like, I had a friend's parents say something about, talking about GTA, and they were like, yeah, I saw that on CNN last night. I heard it's a horrible
Too
game.
bad.
I was like, did they ever say that it's the #1 selling game like of all time already and stuff like that? And like, I don't hear any of the positives.
No, that's not even the positive. Like, it's so hard because, and I think it's kind of sad though a little bit because GTA kind of gets this, like, and I'm not arguing against it. It's this great game, and I understand why people love it and why it's great. But then it gets to the point where there's just some people who are not going to see all that, and they just want the, like, hey, I can run around and kill people and do stupid shit. And that's what it's kind of almost being like, known for.
A lot of parents, a lot of other people who go and do other things with their life don't see the video games as the multi-billion-dollar industry that it really is, and don't see it as it's competing with Hollywood. I mean, freaking, it's up there with Hollywood. So why, if we were become a big movie star or we get into the movie industry, no one
freaking GTA made way more money than Iron Man.
Yeah, I mean, they don't see it. I mean, you also like the fact that GTA costs $60 a pop and the Iron Man movie ticket costs $5 or $6.
Yeah, but don't forget,
you might even be able to take that out of the equation.
You have to add Iron Man movie ticket sales to Iron Man video game sales together, and combined.
A lot of movie sales come from DVD sales later. DVD sales and DVD rentals. So,
DVD rentals, how does that add up?
What?
No, I'm just saying there's a huge aftermarket for movies besides just the box.
A lot of people, like, what would y'all rather us do? Be in the porn industry or the gaming industry?
That's totally
no, because like
the porn industry.
Oh, by the way, it was the funniest thing today.
You don't hear all this controversy on the news about the porn industry, but you hear all of the time about video games.
It's funny as crap today at work. Some guy traded a bunch of games, and as I was going through them, like I took one of them out, and underneath was a porno DVD that he like.
Dude, that happened to me all the time. Dude, this guy brought in a huge binder full, handed to me. I was like, all right, I go for going through them. So I was working with Troy, and sitting here, I'm going through, and now I get to like 2 whole pages full of just like porn DVDs. And these weren't the blank DVDs. These were like the ones with like the cover art all over. And I was like, hey Troy, like what?
I'm going to be back in 5 minutes.
I point, and like this is like when I first started working. So I looked at him kind of like, hey, we don't do this, right?
You pointed your cross over there?
No, I pointed at the disc, and he looks at me, and he goes, oh no. I was like, okay, awkward. And then I pulled everything out. I was like, all right, I've taken everything we can take out of here, and I kind of like moved it across the table. It was weird. It was totally awkward.
He nodded.
It was like 2 whole pages.
That happened to me in
pushed
Japan.
Japan.
Japan is like all okay. I was in a used game shop. I was checking out, and this girl checking me out, like gonna check my
nice.
You know what I mean?
Nice.
Check out, and I turned behind me. And there's this just kind of like disgusting looking guy with like a stack of porn, and it's like all like just blatantly out in the open. I'm like, ew.
What's it gonna do with that?
Yeah, it's just
I
It's
mean,
like they'd be a little bit more discreet about it or something.
And
Right.
by the way, speaking of porn, has anyone researched at all what's going to take to import that entire game from Japan?
Anyways,
We should broadcast that on JC.
anyone want to sound off on impressions? And,
Oh, are we gonna do another question?
Well, we have...
oh yeah, I'm sorry. Dude,
What the hell are you doing?
This whole host thing.
Alright, I'm taking over the show.
I'm trying to cut out Nick of the show.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm hungry. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm fucking hungry too, but I'm doing this shit. So, is it better to play games by yourself, alone, with friends?
Well, depends on the situation.
Who asked that question? I want to know.
How about the question,
Again?
Yes, these are both Deficies.
Why are we doing Deficies?
it depends. How about, do you think that FPS games should start heading into and making them more open-ended and even adding a lot of RPG-style features? In my opinion, FPS games have gotten way boring and repetitive with the linear one... Why is it with the linear one way same enemy corridor with nothing interesting happening except for the... Sorry, I mean, we could have edited them a little bit. I think what Cortex is trying to say is that he thinks that the FPS genre is a little stale nowadays, and
They haven't added anything new to it.
and do we
You
want
know
to
what they
see...
need? They need some of that nectar. They need some nectar.
Well, I mean, you bring up a good point by bringing up the
Yeah,
Haze
exactly.
demo. I mean, the Haze kind of typified exactly what's wrong with the FPS genre, you know, as far as it not, you know, evolving beyond just that standard, like, run and gun. Even adding in features like Nectar, it doesn't change up the way games play. It's also one of the reasons I'm excited about it. Like, I wish we really would have got a console point of Stalker, because that's an FPS game with a lot of, like, RPG, not only RPG elements, but, like, very open-ended elements. It's a first-person shooter game, but you can kind of go where you want to go and explore a little bit. Half-Life
I really
like that
can't see
too.
it.
What does Stalker stand for again?
I don't know.
Shadow something.
Chernobyl.
I can't see.
Chernobyl.
I mean, that's not what it stands for, but it's called.
Shadows of Chernobyl. I don't know what this actually
But I mean, yeah, I like a more open-ended first-person shooter than just your
Well,
standard
how
like
open-ended?
level linear.
You think it's like Bioshock?
Because they're all linear, even if they're open-ended. All that means is you can take a left rather than and a right.
Bioshock is very
straight.
much an open-ended world. You can kind of go where you
Yeah.
want in that world.
No, but it
Same
always
with that.
leads you to the same place. You take a left, then you go straight. That room was nothing. All it had was a gun in it.
Well, no, some are like that. Like Half-Life is like that, you know, because you're kind of just funneling down the same path all the way through. But that's what I'm saying. Like games like Stalker, they're open-ended. You can go anywhere. When Fallout
So
comes
you're talking
out,
about like Wolfenstein,
Fallout.
where you have to like walk
Well,
around and
Fallout's-
find a key and stuff?
Fallout 3
I
is
think
sort of first
Fallout
shooter.
3 is going to be the first example of a really open-ended RPG.
Well, let's see.
Or first-person shooter.
Bioshock was also, it was one cohesive world. You did a lot of backtracking and stuff. Like the Metroid Prime series, although maybe not a first-person shooter, was just kind of an open-ended world. You can kind of go where
I
you
don't see
wanted
that
to.
being open-ended. I see Morrowind or Oblivion being open-ended.
Yeah.
When you say,
Well, I mean, it's just as far as like where you can go and like,
yeah,
well, like as far as maybe you don't have to do your objectives in a certain order. I mean, Bioshock wasn't that linear, at least in terms of the world. But
I think one of the main keys to moving the first-person shooter genre forward would be adding more ways to interact with your environment and keeping them less, you know, always seems like these same identical hallways and stuff like you were talking
Something like
about.
Deus Ex.
And don't forget.
Oh, I was like, do sex. I was like,
Or how
Deus Ex.
Deus Ex.
no, I mean that was one of the first like,
Deus Ex.
I mean that's why it got so critical. I mean, so much critical acclaim is because a lot of people still consider that game an RPG and not just a first-person shooter because you had so much freedom and like the way your character leveled up and just, you know, the freedom of options in the game. The fact that you could go through the game like just developing up your stealth skills and not have to kill like a lot of the enemies you come across. You could sort of become a hacker in that game and just kind of get through that game, you know, hacking like turrets and opening up doors and stuff. Or you can just kind of develop your character to just use brute force and get through the game that way. That kind of freedom is not only like an RPG-like, but it's also, you know, it's very refreshing.
Don't forget though. Online is great, but playing together with other people, I think that's where games really shine. 'Cause I always have most fun when I play with you guys.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Where did that come from? If I had a help, you said that in an earlier show.
No, that was not answer the question.
Oh, okay, well,
Oh, yes.
I
That question
grew up playing.
varies so greatly.
I grew up playing games with other people, so you know, playing Smash Brothers, GoldenEye, Perfect Dark, Bomberman.
wait, which question are you answering?
The one that was...
The original question. That
He
was
likes playing games with people.
I like playing with games.
I think we all do, which is why we're going to answer.
I think it's
Really glad I had a blast to be playing by myself.
What?
You would.
That's the thing. I think it depends on the
You had a
game.
blast playing with yourself. Is that what you said?
Oh fuck! Why did I say that?
I mean, I'm not going to sit around, you know, a room making you all watch me and participate in like Cold Step Saga or whatever.
I want to play.
I mean, although it'd be nice
No.
because it is a multiplayer board game.
Sometimes
if you
you
did
might-
hop into that.
Sometimes you need to just sit down and you need to pump out some you need to if I was sitting there talking to Brad while he's playing Grand Theft Auto, I'm sure he wouldn't get that far. But you know when he's like sitting down and playing by himself.
Well, I want to point out something that FarmBoy044 said on in our chat room. He said, I personally don't like open-ended games. It seems like I have to create my own story, which is not why I bought the game to begin with. And we're starting to get like a lot of games, like the original GTA 3 kind of did that, but we're getting away from that as we get towards games like Grand Theft Auto.
Well, I mean, if you look at Grand Theft Auto 4, it's a game that has a great story and is open-ended.
Yes, David.
Yeah, we're done with JTV question.
What the hell are you doing to me,
Because
David?
you're talking about stories, and I want to jump into this discussion about stories in video
What
games.
was the question?
Okay, we'll go back to that in the story discussion.
Yeah, we never talked about our impressions, really.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's it for JTV. I'm gonna also on a upcoming Way Back Wednesday, hopefully before I go to China, I'm gonna play through Majora's Mask.
When you go to
No, what the hell? Majora's Mask? They want to do Silent Hill.
So what? I'm gonna do both. Can I only
When you
do
go to
one?
China?
You can't do both before you go to China.
I didn't say I'm gonna do one before I go to China.
When are you going to China?
Majora's Mask.
How about I'll play Majora's Mask. I remember I'm halfway through it.
Silent Hill would be cool, dude.
It's still rap.
Fine,
What are you
I'll do
talking
Silent
about?
Hill.
No, I'm halfway through Majora's Mask. Nick, can I borrow that copy from you again?
Are you going to be open
No.
this Wednesday?
Back when Nick and I first became friends,
Yeah.
he let me borrow the Zelda Collector's Disc. Because I have a Zelda's Collector's Disc, but it's still sealed, so I didn't want to open it.
Maybe I'll put a poll up, see which one they want me to do first.
Good idea.
Let's go to impressions.
And then he let me borrow his disc.
Oops, that was
I played
nice.
through half of Majora's Mask, and then he took it back.
I didn't take it back. You said you weren't playing it
Well,
anymore.
because it was like, this was over a course, he took it back over a course of like me having it for like 2 months.
So what's your point?
So he's like, if you're not playing it, give it back.
Exactly. What's
So you took it back, exactly.
All right, and I would take it back again if I had the choice. Oh my god, balls.
You do know that Silent Hill might win that poll, so...
Yeah, it might. So we'll see what happens. But
That's good, Nick.
only one way to find out, right? So, all right.
Do you want to see him play an hour of Majora's Mask? Or an hour of...
All right. Okay. Frickin' David, move on with the show.
What have you...
Impressions. What
What have you been playing, David?
Other than, well, last night, a couple nights ago, we took a little small, kind of bite-sized chunk out of Onimusha 2.
Okay.
Small
I'm playing some
bite-sized
Onimusha 2. How'd that come out? I heard you kind of bitching about like some of the boss fights they had and stuff.
I don't think it's horrible, but dude, like going back and playing that game now with the camera angles that it has,
Yeah, it's got that old Resident Evil style like cinematic camera.
it's just, it's horrible, man. It's really horrible, especially when you're fighting bosses and they shoot stuff and you can't see what they're shooting at you, and then all of a sudden you walk into another camera, get hit by one, get knocked back in the other camera. It's
yeah, that was. I don't think that camera angle system, like maybe less so than Devil May Cry, just doesn't quite work for like a faster paced game that's not Resident Evil because you're changing all the time and stuff.
Yeah. And on top of that too, I don't like bosses. It's like pre-scripted like sequences. It's like, hey, fight this boss. Don't take too much damage, but stay alive this long just so that somebody else can save you. That kind of stuff.
You mean it's not a real boss fight?
Yeah, like I fought this guy, this stupid swordsman guy,
Yeah.
twice, and both times I can't beat him. I can't actually physically do damage to him because he's that much overmatched.
I thought the fight looked cool because he was just so damn like better than you.
No, that's fine, but again, he's not doing anything that's like amazing. It's just my attacks. Every time I slash an attack at him, he just dodges it. Okay. So there's no reason for me to run around for.
Which boss fight was this?
Against demon sword guy.
Oh yeah.
I forget his name, Gigantes or something.
I mean,
Right.
to me, it looked like.
Gigantes.
I mean, I like a good sword match, and yeah, it may suck because you weren't actually like being able to beat up on him.
No, that's fine.
Because it looked like he was doing some cool things.
You remember the last boss in No More Heroes when you fought the last boss?
Well,
Don't say any spoilers.
Do I remember that?
Don't.
How can I forget that? I
Okay,
spent freaking
the
24
first time
hours
I
on it.
fought,
on fighting her.
I didn't say that. Did
Remember he spoiled that?
I know.
earlier
That's
show?
what I was trying to.
How is that a spoiler? I don't understand how.
Well, now I know too.
Now you know it's a female.
So what?
I didn't know who it is now.
Okay, fine. You know who it is. That's good. Play the game and then you'll find out.
I can tell you right now you're required.
But I remember the first time I fought the boss in No More Heroes. Like the first time, I just got totally like creamed. Like there was no chance of me surviving because I just didn't even know what to do. And that's like one of the best times for as far as difficulty in the game. So, like that's how I feel like it should be. Like, oh man, I got fully owned.
Really? Because if I ever come across a game like that again, I'll probably freaking
Well,
trash it.
but that's the thing. But then I played it again, and instead of just getting 1 hit, I got 2 hits off of the boss, and then 3 hits.
Do you really? I mean, I cannot personally enjoy a game when I have to sit there and
No,
fight the boss 20 minutes.
no. What's crappy is when you fight the boss 20 times because they have one miracle move that kills you in 1 hit, and then they luckily landed like half the time. That's when I have problems with a game like that.
So I don't even. It's been so long since I played this game. I don't remember the mechanics of this fight. What is this like? He dodges everything you swing at him.
Yeah, everything he does, and then he's throwing crap at you and swinging at you, and he's got unblockable moves. That's one thing I hate about the Onimusha games is that you can't move well enough to dodge, like anything. You can block and you can dodge.
You know you can do a quick dodge, right? Where you like, I forgot, if you push the button at the right timing, he'll like move to the side and then slap.
Yeah, it's like a parry kind of thing. But again, that's not like
It takes skill.
well, it's not just skill. It's also a little bit of luck too. But the thing about it is, it's like, okay, they're gonna come down / hit you. Okay, you can block, but some stuff you can't block, and sometimes stuff that you think can't block, you can block, and stuff that you think you can block. It's it's very confusing. Like you can't tell. I love it when like in Tekken, like you can tell something's unblockable, and it's just depending on up to you to react to it.
Or in Heavenly Sword because their attacks are red, but still you can block them half the time and half the time you can't. Kind of weird.
Yeah. But anyways,
What else have you been playing, David? Anything else? Anything on handhelds or anything?
Is there anything else you've been playing?
I'm thinking.
We'll come back to you if it pops in your head. What about you, Travis?
Thinking back, I haven't actually been playing anything except what I've been playing over here, and I kind of considered that. Except I popped in Neverwinter Nights 2.
Oh, him and I played Taiko and Taiko.
Yeah, that game was crap. I did not enjoy that at all. Sorry.
He said it was too easy, and then I put it on hard mode, and he was like, "This game sucks."
No,
that was the.
that's not how you make it sound like I'm one of those people, and that's not how it is. I played it,
What's
and
wrong with being one of those people?
Yeah, Travis.
because I don't respect them.
Whoa.
Oh man!
Let's define what we were just talking about.
I'm talking about the people that if they suck at a game, they give up on it instantly. And they
Oh yeah, okay.
Okay.
What do you think I was talking about?
People who hate freaking bosses that take freaking...
No.
Bosses.
Oh, they hate games that just throw like a ridiculous challenge at you and then expect you to keep trying for a freaking day.
I thought you were talking about people who didn't like music games.
Oh, I have no respect for those
Anyway.
Oh.
What happened with Neverwinter Nights?
Crazy bastard.
Hold on. The drum game is simple enough. It's just to do it. I mean, there's only 2 different ways to hit it. So all it is a matter of getting down to rhythm, and I have rhythm anyway. I'm white, so.
You don't have rhythm, or you do?
I don't.
Oh.
It's like, I do have rhythm.
I can't play the drums. But it just seems like if you played it for a day, not non-stop, but for a couple hours, you'd be able to get down pretty quickly, and it wouldn't be a challenge anymore.
It is the learning curve on it's a lot less steep than some of the games
Like
that are.
DDR or Boppin' Music. Or Guitar
Boppin'
Hero,
Music?
whatever it's called. What was that movie?
Poppin' music.
Poppin' Music. Anyway, yeah,
I haven't played Poppin' music in forever. Yeah, I haven't played it again.
I popped in Neverwinter Nights 2 last night. I bought it. And it's a D&D game, so you already expect that you're going to get a shitload of options to play with, and a shitload, because when you start a character, first of all, you get your male, female name and all that, and appearance. Then you get your race, and then you get your class, and then you get your skill set, then you get your attributes, and then you get your...
Attribute.
Whatever. I'm American. Then you get your... What is it called? Like if you're lawful good or you're chaotic good, you get all that. And then you get your deity, or deity, whatever you want to say. I'm American. Deity. And so there's 7 different things you can do. And then later on you can get epic skills. You can get different skills that you can't normally get. And then you can get a second class, so it's like Final Fantasy XI. It's just a game that really involves you. And that, after reading your post about, Brad, about games that treat you like a kingdom, giving me options, this D&D game really seemed like you could really get into it and not stop.
But I mean, that's just a huge difference. I was referring to like 2 human.
No, I know. I saw
they posted that video.
And that was
skill system
really sad.
It's just you watched it, right?
I saw it.
It's
There
like
was
fucking
this,
pathetic.
this, and this, and then there was like one little branch.
Yeah.
Over there. But no, I wanted to play that game. I was really excited to play Neverwinter Nights 2. I got to the part where I was actually walking around and it lagged like a bitch, so I had to turn it off.
Yeah, I can't run it either.
And it's really disappointing. I'm gonna have to buy Neverwinter Nights 1. But other than that, I've been playing Grand Theft Auto 4.
Everybody nice too is the one you turn into a werewolf, right?
I don't know. Probably.
Yeah.
But I've been playing GTA 4 still, and that's pretty much it. Been playing a little bit of Burnout Paradise when I have a little time, but I've been mainly reading and watching anime this week, so.
Reading.
This guy reads. It's really weird.
I used to read for video games.
Not only read in-game text.
Now I only read in-game text, exactly.
Nicholas, you said you've been having a lot of fun by yourself. Right?
Yes, I've been having
What
a
have
lot.
you been playing?
Oh man, I've been saying I was gonna do so many things. First of all, I bought all 3 of the Prince of Persias last week.
Right. Bot
Which
does not mean equal play.
I know exactly. I can't play them
You're only going to play the first one for
because
an hour
freaking
and
someone,
never
I
play
don't remember
again.
who it was,
Did you hear
said
that?
I had what? What'd you say?
I said you're like, cause I know you're like me a little bit. You're going to play the first one for like an hour, and then never play them again, because the next one will come out, and you'll play that one, and then you'll be done for the rest of your life.
No, that's not how.
That's how it's
That's
gonna
not
be.
how it's gonna
That's
work.
exactly how it's going to be.
Someone who I work with, I don't know if it was you or someone else, said if I play the Prince of Persias, I need to buy the Xbox version. And the first Xbox version is backwards compatible. And me being the idiot, I have a freaking computer at work that tells me what's compatible and what's not. And stupid me bought all 3 of them Xbox versions when only the first one's backward compatible. So now, and I bought it during the buy 2 get 1 free, which is over now. So now I gotta track down.
They all price dropped today.
So now I found.
They all price dropped. They're
Here.
$2 to $3 now.
Fuck up.
No, I'm not kidding. I had to do price changes on all of them.
Well then I'm gonna.
Shit, I'm gonna pick them up now.
Well then I'm.
We already have the first
I'm already going when I work tomorrow. I'm gonna buy the. I found the first and third one. I just gotta go to the store endless store in town and buy the second one, which sucks.
It sucks. Why
But
don't
I'm
you just
gonna-
buy one and play it first?
How much is the third one?
Which for its system.
I guess.
For the PS2, it's like the third one. It's like $17.99.
What would you say if I specifically manipulated you into buying the Xbox game?
I'd slap you because now it's not the budget going free. It's over.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
it's
that's
gonna be a
just
pain in the ass to return.
that's just a theoretical.
I heard some don't run as well on certain consoles. I think it's the first one doesn't run as well on the Xbox.
Well, I'm gonna buy all 3 on the PS2 and play them on my PS3. That I already got them.
What is
You
it?
buy an Xbox for like $50.
I have like one for the PS2 and one for the GameCube. And I'll probably get the other one for the
So
Xbox.
I have the intention of playing that this coming week. I don't know if I'm gonna broadcast it, but I'm gonna play them. I'm gonna start with the first one and hopefully go through all 3 of them at some point. I don't think I'm gonna play them in a row, but I'm gonna do that after I get that sorted out. I was gonna play some more Crisis Core. I was gonna start Jade Empire. What the fuck?
Was.
I was, but I cannot touch anything besides GTA 4 right now.
No, you
I have 16 hours in the game, and I've played about 10 of those in the past.
You're
2
16
days.
hours and you haven't got the bachelor pad that
Dude, you
I
actually do all the like side quests. and
Dude, I've been.
And shoot
Here's the thing. I get really
Kill hookers.
paranoid when. Oh wait.
Nick had a personal goal of
No.
trying a hot dog from every hot
No,
dog
I
stand.
get really paranoid. I get.
Are you serious?
No, he's
No.
making shit up. I get really paranoid when I start to see
New York.
when I start fucking things up with them because this whole relationship management thing they got going in the game where you gotta try and they can. If you look at your stats page, it'll tell you a percentage of like what percentage your respect and like is with each character. And if you don't do missions for them or don't like they have side things where you like go collect cars from Brucey or
Yeah, but you don't have to do them. You can always go back.
I know, but if they call you and you pick up and they say, "Hey man, you want to go do this?" and you're like,
Hey,
"Sorry,
Mom,
not right now."
Who are you then?
Little Jacob. So if you pick up the phone when they call you and you say, "I'm sorry, I'm doing something else right now," or "I don't feel like doing it," your respect goes down.
I never go on any of those dates.
Well, that's just because you play the game differently than I do.
Well, yeah, but you
I
can
do.
always go back and get
He
it
likes
back
to
up.
roll.
Well, that's because I find out what it is. Like,
Who are you
get,
who
like,
are you
You
officially
get a car bomb or you get
Who are you
gangsters to help
officially
you.
seeing in the game?
I can't answer that. Feel the spoilers.
Just so anyway.
No, it's not Michelle. I can say that. I think Brad knows what I'm talking about.
Michelle's a cop.
Well, I don't even know that that's the case now. But you're so good at like hiding spoilers.
No.
And I guess.
Oh, damn, Brad. That's low, you son of a bitch.
You son of a bitch.
I'm actually using the internet dating thing they got there,
Yes.
and I've sent an email to like
Nick's
2 girls,
good.
and I'm waiting to
Nick's
see
good
which
with
one.
the
I
internet.
never get any good responses.
Nick's
from
good
that.
with the internet dating.
I can only date guys.
Well,
Oh my God.
David's only
Then I
played
killed
like
her.
an hour of the game. He
I
doesn't
did that
know
mission,
that that's
by the way.
true.
It's fun.
I said that I think that she's a cop.
No, I think
Nick kind of confirmed that
No,
it is true.
I'm not confirming anything. I'm
From
just
what
saying-
I've seen,
I'm just saying
She definitely talks
I'm
like a cop.
currently
She's
not
pretty much
dating
a
her
cop.
anymore, and I'm sad because I had 100%
I
like
called her
her.
Did you
Yeah.
fight the final boss yet? She's fucking hard.
Fuck.
He's got brass knuckles on.
All right, fine. Let's move on. What are you playing, Brad?
GTA
Wait,
4.
you played some other stuff.
No, I haven't. I played GTA 4.
Okay,
I was just gonna.
No, I played some stuff.
I'm serious. I haven't fucking finished talking about GTA 4.
Oh. Well, no, tell me about GTA 4, but be careful.
I'm loving the story, and the missions are. I was worried. The first few missions that we talked about were really kind of.
I was trying to
But
avoid
you've done
GTA
Dwayne,
4
right?
this show, by the way, too.
There's no way to avoid it, dude. How can you avoid it? That's all I've been. That's
what I've been
freaking the
playing.
best game. That's.
That'd be kind of crazy.
I'm having such a good time
It's
playing the game. I'm not going to sit here and not talk
You're
about
having a
it.
good time playing
I'm
with
having
yourself.
a fan. Screw you.
Have you done Dwayne's missions yet?
No, I have not done Dwayne's mission.
I think that's my favorite part of the game so far is his missions.
What's his name? Dwayne?
Dwayne.
I did a mission for one character that involves you going to a freaking, like a old hospital and you have to steal cocaine bag.
That was kind of a bitch.
That was a bitch, but man, that was fun.
It was fun.
That was fun.
That was the first mission that you actually had to tactically go in and hide behind shit to kill people.
They're getting more and more progressively detailed and as they get going, and I'm starting to remember why I loved the later missions in the previous Grand Theft Autos.
Yeah,
I haven't had any forklift driving missions or anything like that. However, I did find the forklift, and I couldn't lift anything with it, which kind of pisses me off.
It's so we played a little differently because I've been playing it
We
too.
play very differently. You've probably done more missions than I have.
No,
I
I've done more
enjoyed it
story
more.
missions than you have because I haven't done one fucking mission for little Jacob except I guess the ones I had to do, and I haven't done shit for Bruce except the ones I had to do because I don't give a shit about those side missions. All I care about is advancing the damn story.
But you
You
can't
have to
beat
get
the
a
game.
Manhattan.
If you, what?
I'm already in Manhattan.
But seriously, if you don't do missions for some of these people, then sometimes you may not be able to interact with them in the same way throughout the story. So,
All I know is
Mention
he has a
Little
big
Jacob's
bachelor
United.
pad.
I have a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun doing missions for little Jacob. Except for sorry, little Jacob pisses me off because he does missions where he takes you. He gives you a car. He says, "Go pick up this car and take this package somewhere else." And half the time it takes me 10 tries to get it there on time because
you know it doesn't take me 10 tries. You know why?
Because you don't
You don't do
shitty
them.
missions.
No, because a lot of the missions are shitty, they're long, and there's no fucking checkpoints, which is fucking ridiculous. But you know what I do now?
There's
So-
wait. You tell me there's no checkpoints in Grand Theft Auto 4?
No, if you do a mission and then you fail.
Well, I mean,
start
if
over.
they're long multi-part missions, it'll auto-save, but as far as if you fell a long mission, you're going to have to restart
Have
it.
you done the?
What? No
have you done
checkpoint?
the?
No.
construction
That's why
site mission?
Wouldn't that be?
How many
You
times
would
that's
think.
taken?
You would think that's the natural progression in games is to put
Yes.
checkpoints in the game, so it wouldn't be long and frustrating.
Shouldn't be a
Drawn
10. Shouldn't be a
Yes.
10 because of that.
So you know what I started
I
doing?
agree.
out.
I started using the full armor code. And you know what? It blocks me out from certain achievements too. But I'm not a fucking achievement whore, so I don't give a shit. But you know what? If I get fucked in a stupid ass, long ass mission, you know, I'll go, oh, I have full armor. You know what? And I'm gonna get through this fucking story. Like 90% of the other people that play this fucking game, we're never gonna beat the damn game because they get stuck on a fucking mission where they keep dying and they have to, replay an hour of their life over and over again.
That's another way that we play games differently. Because I would never do that.
I don't usually cheat, but in this fucking game where I played this shit for hours and hours and hours, and I'm like 13% into the game,
It's not
and I'm
necessary.
playing it for the story, then fuck it, man. I'm gonna cheat.
I'm playing for the story too, and I haven't had any problems.
The missions suck.
No, oh
I mean,
my god.
No, they don't all suck. Some of them are a lot of fun, but sometimes you get to the one that's like, this is bullshit, and like even when they're hard, I'd be like, okay, it's fine, it's hard, the game's difficult, I'm okay with that. I played a lot of fucking hard games in my day, but I'm not gonna redo the whole fucking mission. Drive to this checkpoint, get a cutscene. Drive to this point, get a cutscene, and then go do the fucking mission. I'm not gonna do that every single fucking time just because it's a
I agree
tedious
with
mission.
Travis when he says that it shouldn't get out of 10 because of that point. Because you'll do a mission, and a lot of missions start out with you have to go pick someone up and then drive them to the location. If you die and fail a mission, you have to start over, go pick them up, and then take them back, and then just start at where you
I
picked
take
them
that
up, or at
comment
the
back, by
beginning,
the
or
way.
at...
That was more of a joke.
Wait, what?
I take that comment back, by the way. That was more of a joke.
Well, I totally agree with it.
Well, I mean, you know why it also doesn't get a 10? It's because it's not fun to beat somebody with the baseball bat.
Yeah, the baseball bat's
It-
surprisingly not fun.
Because all the melee sucks, and that doesn't make
Are you
any
kidding me?
sense.
The knife is a lot of
The
fun.
knife's pretty fun.
Well, only when you're poking them when they're on the grab, but when you're actually slicing a guy up, it's not fun. It's all sluggish and clunky.
Whatever.
But-
you shake people in that game. I love it.
I'm
It's
having a lot of fun
Feels
shooting
better in Yakuza.
the actual the gunplay
Yeah.
in that game is so much fun. Like last night, I actually did me and my roommate were just messing around, and in Manhattan, we found one of those tall, crane things where you climb up and they have things where they move giant material around
Construction
sites. Yeah. So we climbed up the ladder and we were out on this thing. We started sniping people from from way up high.
Yes. That was the annoying mission where I got really pissed off. I think
this
that's when
wasn't
I
a mission.
started.
This was just fucking around.
I did it 3 times without finding.
Oh, you have to do a mission where you actually have to go up.
No,
there.
no, you did it.
Well, it was cool because I got 3 stars and a helicopter showed up, and the helicopter kind of floating around me when I up there, and I have a machine gun out. And first I see some guy shooting out of the side, and I just start pumping the thing full of lead, and then I see a guy fall all the way to the ground. That was pretty awesome. And then I start shooting right around where the pilot would be, and kind of shooting through the floor. And all of a sudden, there's no the bullet holes just appearing all over it. And then all of a sudden, I feel one shot, just like also go, boom, and the plane starts going like a tailspin and like crash in front of, on top of all the cop cars.
You know, I hate to outdo you, but there's a highlight on JTV where I get a one-shot snipe through his little foot window, the helicopter pilot, and the helicopter goes down.
Explodes.
That was a nice.
It's a satisfying feeling when you take a helicopter down with a gun, like not a rocket launcher.
But then you couldn't shoot a flying, running away woman who's just on the ground.
Oh, did you see the one where like that bitch was driving off on the dirt bike and everybody's like, oh, she got away. And all of a sudden, like, I just pull out my sniper rifle and like she's way fucking down there, and I get her, and everybody's like, holy shit, did you get her? And I run to go check, and I find her dead body on the ground, and then another block down, I find her bike because it keeps going after I shot her off.
Oh shit! Oh, I gotta ask
for that.
I don't think anybody highlighted that out.
I gotta ask because I don't know. I'm sure one of y'all already done this because it's one of those things you gotta do when you get a new GTA game, and this one's a lot more detailed. Who here picks up a hooker?
I can't do it. I don't know how.
God, dude!
I can't figure it
out. You can even pay for your services.
Between a $20, $50, or $70.
I never paid for the $20.
$20 a hand job. I did all 3 last night. But we're going to see what happens. $20 a hand job. $50 blow job, and then 70 is the whole shebang. And the crazy thing is, like, when you do the $70 one, like in the first one, you'd sit there, and if you look in the windows, they're just sitting there, and the cars start bouncing up and down. This one, she looks around, she crawls onto your lap. Yeah. You see her reach down, like work under her skirt, like pull her underwear down, and then you see her kind of like wiggle down on top of you, and then she starts like bouncing up and down.
I don't have an HD TV, I didn't see all that.
And you can take the camera and like put it right above you and look straight down through the window, and you're like, what the hell is... Like, that's like almost worse than the hot coffee shit that was in the second one.
Warm coffee.
It's warm coffee.
It's worse because it looks real.
It actually looks real. And, oh my god, if you do the $50 one, you just he does it at different speeds. Like he'll slow down, and he'll take her head and start like bouncing up and down faster. It's ridiculous.
Which island did you do that on?
What?
Which island did you do that on?
The first one.
Do you think maybe if you go to the next island, it'd be more expensive?
I don't know.
There's definitely different areas you get higher class hookers, I think. I mean, I don't think they cost more, but they're not so like fat and gross.
Hey, come on.
It's crazy. It's hilarious. I think it's fun. I give Rockstar props for going straight from this hot coffee controversy to saying I don't give a crap and just go ahead and doing it anyways. So I guess that's why they had it. That's why they're named Rockstar.
Oh, I heard from someone that Mothers Against Drunk Driving were trying to get an AO rating.
They're trying to get an adult only rating. It's not going to happen.
Well,
I mean, because even in the game, oh my god, I had the funny. How many times have you gotten drunk?
Yeah, just once.
Have you ever gotten so drunk that you can't move?
No.
Because yesterday, I wanted to show my roommate the whole getting drunk mechanic. So we go to a bar. I go to a bar with little Jacob. I come out, and I start stumbling. All of a sudden, I'm walking to my car. I kind of trip my feet, fall flat on my face, and he won't get up. He just stays there. And I'm like panning the camera. I'm like, get up! And then little Jacob starts walking over and trips over my body and falls on top of me, and he gets up and starts stumbling around.
Were you moving the stick, bro?
For 15 minutes. He's laying face down on the pavement.
15 minutes.
Probably 10, I don't know. Like, it was a long time. Like,
so what did you do? Make a
we got a soda, waiting for him to sober up, because he eventually just like gets up and like shakes it off and he's done. Or he's like a little buzzed, but he just like face plants in the ground and just stays there because he's like unconscious in the ground. It was hilarious.
I actually on that mission or whatever, I got into my car and I completed my objective. I drove like a drunk ass motherfucker, but I finished that mission drunk.
Yeah, see, the reason they're not going to get that adult only rating is because...
Which means in real life, you can do it. You just gotta practice.
Oh, jeez. Okay, well, on that note, we went into this conversation. No more GTA tonight.
The obvious reason they're not getting the adult only rating is because in the actual mission, they encourage you to take a cab and not drive. And they even make it a challenge to get in the damn car.
Okay.
So...
You waddle up to it like a penguin.
But
yeah. Bitch stay
so I guess we're moving on to discussion.
Totally unrealistic.
Topic.
Well, I played a couple of other things.
Yeah. Discussion topics though.
Thank you.
No.
Yes.
What?
We gotta talk about the porn demo.
We gotta talk about. Yeah,
we're gonna play the porn demo.
Yes, I played the porn demo. And first of all, before we start this,
Oh, I get some tea.
what the hell? Why are you asking me?
What does that mean?
Can I get some real quick?
Yeah.
Pour me a glass, would you?
He asked me like I live here.
You were talking.
Yeah, so we played the... No, we already talked about Haze. The demo sucked. The Born demo.
Yeah, that's the Born demo.
I'm on the
Which
ship
I don't
with
even
a
know why you
drink.
played, because I know you weren't going to like it again.
Because I play all kinds of demos, dude.
I know, but...
I was downloading the Kung Fu Panda
And you
demo.
know what? That's why I don't download demos. I don't play demos.
You
And
know why?
That's why he's picking
here's no
up
reason.
Haze.
I just buy Vampire Rain without even thinking about it.
I wasn't going...
Oh, man. I could have helped you with that one, buddy.
I was not going to download this demo because I know I didn't want to risk it convincing me not to buy the game because I'm so excited about the game. But I couldn't help but feel like I'm going to China. What if I die? So I was like, I might as well play at least part of the game.
Yeah, they kill
So
people over there.
What?
Don't take pictures.
So I'm gonna I downloaded this demo and I played it. There's 3 levels in the demo. There's the escape from the embassy level that they've been demoing, and there's the little
The drive scene. Did you see?
yeah.
You could
Travis.
get in the building. Did you see that part though?
Travis, before we do this, I know you're gonna say you hated the
Wait,
demo.
you played the Born
I
demo?
was with you.
He was...
I told you he was with you.
He was worried about us.
The
us
driving-
shitting on his demo.
The driving,
I don't think it was all bad.
the demo or the driving level? Because
The driving level sucked.
horrible.
I'm talking about the demo where you're running around this board, not the shooting part. That one.
The fighting was. I enjoyed watching the fighting. It looked pretty bad.
The fighting. Here's my complaint with the fighting, because if you've seen the movies, you know
Did you
the
almost
movie-
buttons?
no, the movies have this like ultra fast-paced combat.
You know what kind of
And in the game, they can't help but slow it down to make it playable in the game. So like,
Yeah.
instead of like, we all know if the actual character would have like taken any one of these people down, like these security guards down in 2 seconds flat. But in the game, they've stretched it out, so like you have to build up your meter before you can do these takedown moves and do these crazy.
Well,
So
And then it takes
between the takedowns are the best part. Before you're doing the takedowns, you're just kind of like punching them in the face and like blocking them and doing something like that, which isn't very fun.
he was watching because I remember like half the demo, like it going to an animation. I kept saying, "I didn't do that. I didn't press anything," because he
just
kept
wanted
doing
to
these like moves, and it was like I wasn't pressing anything on the controller.
Me to do takedown.
No, before the even takedown, when I go up to a guy, you do like a whole bash, like pa 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 pa, and I didn't like press anything. I was like,
That's just how they.
I felt like I was taking credit for something I wasn't doing.
Well, that's how you know you've initiated the fight. Every fight starts doing it depending on what angle they come at you and stuff like that. So, I mean,
All I could do was two different punch
what would have
combos.
been great if they would have made this a point and click adventure game. I think that would have made
shut
it
up,
better.
shut up.
You know, I wouldn't have minded that. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
I did like something
Which
about.
reminds
He's
me
being
of
smart
something.
That would have been,
No, no,
that
no.
would have been an interesting take on the game.
I would never went and played it.
There's before you get
Are you
into
sure?
there is
It's
one
the boring conspiracy. You wouldn't play it.
there is one thing I did like about the
I
game
think I paid for it.
is that
Take your hand off my leg, please. Thank you.
there's one thing I did like about the game, and that's the roadie run, which I think should now be called the demon run.
The roadie run? What's that?
Like Gears of War, the whole.
Why is every game putting in like a where the camera's all shaky because he's running fast?
Dude, the camera is straight out of the movie, man. That's what they're trying to recreate.
Okay, but as a mechanic, it was kind of taken from Gears of War.
Yeah, sure. it's
I mean,
mechanic.
there was no shot where it's like directly behind him and he's like.
It'd be totally, well, dude, it'd be totally almost.
Well, no, I think it fits in Bourne more than like other games.
I probably
because
wouldn't
of
have liked it
the way
if
the cameras
if they had changed the camera and made it taken out that cinematic, dramatic chase.
I did like the
Here's-
cinematic kind of thing.
Here's one thing I liked about the game, which is kind of surprising considering I just talked about how I hate it when they make you play things over and over again. But like the embassy level, the first time I played it, like I beat up those guys. It took me a while to get the hang of the controls. Then I ran around the corner. I got shot several times running from those guards. I ran around the corner, and then the first time I actually missed rolling under the gate. And they had this whole thing where you're supposed if you know what you're doing, it goes like really quick. So you'll hit the guys down in 2 seconds flat. You run around the corner. You run up the stairs. You hit the guy in the nuts. Throw him on the stairs. Go around the corner. Roll underneath the gate. You got to run up to it and then tap X to roll underneath the gate. And
You know this reminds me of?
as you do it more times, you actually get better at linking these things together, and it happens faster. And it kind of makes it feel like you know what you're doing, and it makes it feel more fluid.
What's the deal with the make everything gray button?
Hey, hold on. Before you say that.
Oh, the
wait,
Born
come on,
Instinct?
damn it.
Yeah.
You tried so hard.
Okay, go ahead.
Fire
Travis.
sense.
This has been done before. It's called, and I always say this wrong,
Shinmu?
Shinmu.
What
No,
is-
it's definitely not Shinmu.
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 That Shinmu gang.
And it's definitely been done before.
Oh, you're talking about the QuickTime events.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. QuickTime events are
Resident
shitty in this
Evil
game.
4.
You think the QuickTime events are shitty?
I think they're shitty in most games that come out now.
But see, just the very act of taking this franchise and making it into a movie
No,
with making it to a game.
that's fine. I think it's fine that they're in this game. I mean, the problem with this game, the problem with this demo at least, is that this is gonna be a 3-hour game. And the reason is because it's extremely fucking linear, like extremely linear.
I agree.
And not only is it extremely linear, but like you get like a checkpoint like after every dude encounter every dude you have an encounter with, meaning like you're slowly pushing forward, and you're not gonna have to like redo whole levels over again. And it's funny because I was just talking about me wanting checkpoints, but this is like the other end of the spectrum where it's like it's.
If you lose a fight, you're right next to the fight.
Yeah, you're right next to the fight again. And I feel because it's so linear, because you can't really get lost in the game, and because like of the checkpoint system, there's no way they could stretch this out to
This
be
might
like a long
be.
game.
I mean,
I don't see.
they picked three. The fact that they picked 3 levels for the demo makes me kind of feel like these are kind of like maybe subsectors of a bigger level that we haven't seen. Because putting
Really?
3 whole
I
levels,
would think putting 3 levels would mean those
It's
are
like
the best
the
of
Die
the
Hard
best.
trilogy.
The best of the best.
Those are the best of the best, and they want to suck people in.
I don't want to make that assumption.
Well, no, they just wanted to show the
It's like
variety.
comedy
of
movies with all the funny parts.
They basically
Trailer.
put a combat heavy level and a combat and evade heavy level, and then a
The
shooting
quick
heavy
time
level, and then a driving level. They give you an idea of everything that the game has to offer.
The driving
One
felt
out of
especially bad
three-
because
one
we've
out
all
of
been
three
playing
bad?
like Grand Theft Auto.
There's for the shooting wise, I wouldn't say that it was totally flawed. I would say it didn't offer anything new.
Well, they just didn't refine like the aiming system very well.
One thing I didn't like is the crosshair is like a dot, and I can never tell what I'm aiming at. So, and what the hell are y'all doing? Like looking at each other lovingly?
Did they move? Did they have like where you lock on, you can move it around? Is that just Grand Theft Auto?
Lock on.
So
To be honest, I've been playing with Grand Theft Auto and starting to blend together. So.
Me too. I'm confused.
Let's just say it did not convince me to not buy the game. I'm still excited about it. I think. Let me say one last thing. And there's a boss fight in the second level in the demo where you fight a guy on an airplane or whatever. But I had to fight him like 7 or 8 different times, and every single time I fought him, I found a different takedown move using the environment, which is pretty cool. The fight never turned out the same way twice, which I actually went back and played the demo 2 or 3 times on that same level, and not just because I failed at it, but just because I wanted to go back and try it. So,
Okay.
I wasn't like amazed with the demo, but I wasn't just too disappointed in it. So I'm still gonna pick up the game in June.
I
So
played one more quick demo. The Battle Fantasia demo, you can download it off the PlayStation 3 network if you have a Japan account. It's a fighting game by Arc System Works, the guys who do Guilty Gear, and it has a really cool art style, not only in battle, but especially in the cutscenes. It has sort of like animated concept art, like kind of like in Odin Sphere, but it's even different than that. So definitely check that out if you have a Japanese account, or get one set it up and
Or
try
watch.
it, download
When
it.
did you play it? You can
Or
go
watch
and
the
check the
trailer.
archives.
Yeah, check the archives.
someone wants to know, now that we've talked about GTA 4, what do we think about Saints Row 2?
Whatever,
right.
nobody gives a
Yeah,
shit about that.
nobody
Another trailer I've been showing a whole bunch of is Mirror's Edge, which I haven't really been playing it, but I've been playing the trailer a whole bunch.
Wait, it's not out, is it?
Mirror's Edge? There's no demo, it's just a trailer.
Oh, well, you said
No.
you haven't been
I've been
playing
playing
it.
the trailer
It's
a bunch.
He's been watching it. That's what he means.
I think it's one of the most refreshing things I've seen in a long time in video games. Not because it has this look that's like the opposite of what everything that comes out, dark and gritty and grimy, because it's bright, it's colorful, it's crisp, it's clear, and because of just what you're doing. I mean, it's a very different type
It's
of
something
game.
that's never been done before.
I mean, yeah,
A subject that's never been touched upon.
It's more focused on like from a first person perspective, like how she moves in the environment, as you know, not just like. You know, it has a lot of free running built in, and it looks, not only does it feel really smooth and easy, but it seems like it's really quick. Like the way she can like just jump up onto things and just go.
I was really impressed with the way she.
Fuck me.
Oh, sorry. Go.
The reason she's doing that is because they're building a momentum, and you didn't see her fuck up or anything. That's what's really exciting for me, is because once you get good, that's what you're going to be doing.
That's going to make some fun highlights.
When you
fucking
suck, you're going to be falling off buildings, climbing up the side of shit slowly. They were flying through it.
Sort of like the way Assassin's Creed kind of reinvented the way you move around an environment in like a third-person perspective.
That's what
this one looks like it's going to do it in a first-person perspective.
That's what really impressed me about Assassin's Creed is that you can go through it. So you can, if you know what to look for in the environment, you can really.
And they do that in subtle ways. It looks like there's going to be no HUD. What it looks like is they're going to accent with color, which is kind of refreshing, like where you're supposed to be going. There's like a lot of parts of the environment are like a bright red, and that kind of signals okay.
And not like a stupid, obvious.
Yeah, I know, not like a glowing like or an arrow or whatever. It's just like
perfect dark.
It's just the way the bright, colorful environment is sort of designed, and I'm telling you, this trailer is like the most refreshing thing I've seen in a while.
It's the most open-ended game, but it's definitely going to be.
Yeah, it's probably not going to be very open-ended. But I noticed I saw certain things that were red that looked like, well, you could probably do it this way if you can't make this jump or whatever. So
I was really impressed with the whole, like, as the guy, like, she comes on the corner with the guy there, and she, like, throws both of her feet around his neck and then takes him down to the ground and just keeps going. I'm interested to see how like.
Well, Breakdown was very much like this in first person, but it wasn't to this, like, it wasn't this smooth, it wasn't this beautiful, and it.
I cried.
And it didn't have that sense of like fast locomotion like this game has.
I want to see how that momentum building and locomotion combines with combat and seeing how if it all comes together nice.
I don't think combat's going to be the highlight of this game.
Yeah. You know the character in it is basically just she's a hired like a runner. People that pay her to get messages across town, stuff like that, which is pretty cool. So
again, for some reason, it really reminded me of just the look of it about Dreamfall.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have nothing to say about that.
They're similar genres.
Not the game type, just the game, like the character. I don't know. Never mind.
Cool.
Shall we finally move on to this discussions?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
So real quick, Brad, you brought up a discussion about stories and how they play video games.
Yeah, I want to talk about stories in video games because we've all been playing a lot of Grand Theft Auto, and they seem to do it. They seem to do it really well. So. So what do you think, Nick?
Oh, sorry, what?
We're talking about stories in video games. You seem to be, bigger on stories than most. So like, why is that the case? You seem really like distracted. Is there something you'd like to share with us?
Yeah, my girlfriend's in the chat room.
Which one is she?
No, get away! Get away! Get away! Get away from my computer. Talking about
stories in video games. Yeah.
Like you want to know why?
Well, like you seem to place more weight on it than others, but then there's a lot of people who feel, like me myself, that video games don't do stories quite as well as like movies or books. And
I think it really
why is that?
It depends on what game you're looking at. 'Cause, I mean, like I'm really surprised with the level of detail in the story and how intrigued I am with GTA 4.
I disagree.
But,
I think what's impressive about GTA 4 is their very, very like obvious story. There's nothing really there other than the most obvious shit.
But I mean, that's the point. I mean, even though like it's not the deepest story, Grand Theft Auto, it still sort of stand out compared to everything else that we get. Stories in games. I mean, do you think like Haze is going to offer a compelling story, even though they say it has a huge script? I mean, Grand Theft Auto is kind of like the standout like franchise for like a deep story with deep characters in video games, and it still seems like it doesn't quite stand up to like even like an average movie or an average book.
No, because I think there's like user controlled content, like you can do whatever.
Yeah, it kind of has to take into account like the fact that that person's playing a game, and I think one of the key problems with the video game is that it has to be a long experience ideally, and you have to there's things that you have to be doing like missions, and you can't tie every single little bit of that into a story really, at least on the Grand Theft Auto universe. I mean, you see like Half-Life trying to do that, where like you constantly have this character with you as you're playing the game, and she's I'm referring to Alex Vance, she's sort of creating that story around you as you play the game, and that's why Half-Life, even though the story itself, the content of the story isn't like the deepest as far as like stories go, like content-wise, but it's so immersive in terms of story that it seems to stick with you more than like other games that have just that cheesy little cutscenes in between.
That's why story matters to me, is basically because I find it to be the most immersive and the most compelling way to tell a story, rather. Because in a book, you have to imagine in your head, and sometimes there's inconsistencies, and it's kind of hard to imagine It's hard to imagine what they're trying to tell you, and then in a movie, it's a short experience, it's over 2 hours, they can't always cram a whole bunch of detail into it. With a video game, you get length, and you get content. And
but I mean, it's not really length of the story, though, right? The game is long, but the story's not necessarily long. There's a lot of like stuff in between that kind of like puts the story on halt, right?
If you squish the story together, as we've seen in movies made from video games, you know, they can squish it to 2 hours, an hour and a half.
What was the other topic that we had?
There's a topic we're talking about. IGN had a release of a score of a perfect 10 for Grand Theft Auto, and they had some sort of exclusivity.
Yeah. Right.
And so then somehow they got 10. GameSpot, I don't know what they're doing with their reviews. If they've already lost enough credibility as it is. Had a 9.5 up.
Yeah.
Then supposedly they had a review process, and now it's a 10 again.
They reviewed it and realized what the hell.
Well, I don't think the 9.5 was ever meant for the public to see, but like there's certain people out there who know how to like get to that stuff early, and I think it was spotted or something maybe. But I mean,
and so from there we started talking about how like the audience in video games is different from the audience in like movies, and critics in games are different from movies. Whereas like I think you were explaining to Brad.
Go ahead.
That was you?
I'm listening.
You jerk.
Sorry.
No, this was your section.
No, I know. I just kicked Nick out.
Time me out.
So he could participate a little more. Sorry.
Sorry.
Go ahead now, David.
No, I mean we're talking about how like movie review critics kind of
But yeah, I heard about that I was listening to GFW. Well, I just wanted to clarify because that wasn't our original topic. I mean that concept wasn't.
No, it's
original.
funny. You're like, yeah, go ahead, David.
The
Oh yeah. Please.
Yeah, we came up with the idea that movie reviews and film reviews or video games reviews are different. Like they're held to a different standard in how. Go ahead, David. I was just trying to.
You were explaining it to me earlier today.
Well, what I wanted to talk about was how video game reviews, like just basically how we should view them versus reviews for other like types of media, because there is this whole idea that movie reviews, they're sort of being more critical, while you see a lot of the video game reviews as sort of kind of pumping up the game more than the audience actually believes it should be. Like, you know how like Grand Theft Auto is getting all these tins everywhere, and it's the viewers who are saying, oh well, there's this thing wrong with it, this thing wrong with it. Why do you see? I mean, why are you rating this game so highly, as opposed to like a book review or a film review where you typically see
why are you so lowly?
Yeah, like why are you being so harsh on this movie? I loved it or whatever, you know. And this was the thing that I didn't come up with myself, that I heard from another show. But what I'd like to add to, I mean, my reasoning behind that, I mean, the way I feel about that is because people who review video games are always tied to like these sites who are at the same time trying to, with ads trying to sell this game, not sell it like literally, but in the sense that they're giving coverage to like a big game because they want people in the end, or at least these publishers who give them ad space, want them to buy it. So they sort of have this other like strings, like kind of making, what I'm trying to say, right?
Right.
Well, is that like Ebert is not out there trying to like push a movie for whatever reason. I mean, no, he's not worried about how much coverage one movie gets versus another. He's just trying to give his honest, educated opinion on how he feels about a movie. But they're like these film critics. I mean, these video game critics. They're always tied to like these sites like GameSpot and IGN, and at the same time as reviewing, they're also trying to pump up a video game with like trailers and gameplay and like previews and stuff, and you don't typically see that in other industries, which is why I think maybe, I don't want to make any accusations, why you see like higher scores for video games like versus how the people actually feel about it than like movies or books. And so I mean, and this kind of all ties back into like this GameSpot score and the IGN score, which seemed very controversial, about how they got this once again an exclusive review on it 2 days early, and they just so happened to give it a 10 to the game.
Well, I think reviews tend to be a lot more controversial for video games in general.
Yeah, because it's a lot more.
Well, I mean, exactly, because they run these sites, they're tied into like oh, we got to get this exclusive.
I think
we got to get this because we have this ad space or whatever.
I think it's so much easier.
deal.
It's so much more difficult to judge a game than it is to judge a movie, because a movie can be summed up in 2 hours. But
everyone's
so many different factors.
everyone's experience in the game is going to be different too.
I disagree. I think it'd be easier to judge a game because there's so many different aspects. You can make a system for each aspect. When you go into a movie, you just kind of have to have a overall feel of what you feel about the movie. When you go into a game, when you go into a game, there's controls, there's sound, there's graphics, there's storyline, there's everything.
But since there's so much detail or so much different, what you want to call it, content in a game compared to a movie,
it's like some stuff like Grand Theft Auto. Like you put, no, not Grand Theft Auto. Any other game but Grand Theft Auto. You play the game, you may, like an RPG, you may run by and talk to this guy. Then you might not talk to that guy. So your experience may be completely different from mine, just depending on whether or not you took that side mission and you talked to that one guy.
You watch a movie and your idea of what's going on or what the the meaning is, if it's a good movie, can be completely different from someone else, or it can trigger different emotions.
Right, your background's going to be different, but again, what you see is going to be the exact same.
Well, yeah, but what you see is in what everyone else sees, and it's never been that way.
I just think it's a little different in terms of you never feel like, oh, maybe I can't trust this film reviewer or whatever, because it's just a critic out there giving his opinion on a movie.
Right.
I mean, usually you're like, oh, he's kind of being harsh on it, but I bet I'll probably enjoy it, whatever, because I like the trailer. With games, it seems like it's the opposite. I mean, I'm a little wary that they might be pumping up this game a little too much because there's these strings in the background or whatever, that I don't know about. I just find that a little strange, and that's why I'm a little wary of all the perfect 10s that Grand Theft Auto is getting. Not because I think there's anybody paying them off, but because it's a big game and the review that they give it will get noticed on the net. All these sites, they're trying to get hits. These magazines, they're trying to sell copies. So you see it on the other end of the spectrum too. Sometimes you'll see a video game get a really low score, and because of that, it brings in a lot of hits to the site. And then there's
and then there's us, and we just want to be honest.
well, sure, absolutely. But what I'm saying is, you also have to worry about people maybe giving it too low of a score. People giving it too low of a score because the attention it might grab, which is I'm not going to point any fingers or make any accusations, but again, it's very rare that I'll see a movie review and say, oh, he's probably bashing on the movie just because he wants people to get money out of it. Yeah, he's getting money out of it. It's just weird. It's a little different, and I think reviews have to be held to a little bit different regard in the video game industry.
So who do you trust then? Who do you trust?
Well, that's a good point, because I don't tend to trust individual reviewers. I mean, sometimes I'll find a person I really like because he likes certain games that I do, and I'll kind of listen to what he says. But what I tend to look at is review aggregates like Metacritic or Game Rankings, because that is from a whole spectrum, from the larger scheme of things. It collects all the reviews from across the board. And it gives me a general idea of overall how the game kind of plays out. It's easier to trust that number than anybody's one individual score, because and not in the sense that if this game gets above an 85% on Game Rankings, I'm going to buy this game. But when I see a game like Boom Blocks or whatever, which is at 88%, again, that I wasn't thinking about much before, and now oh wow, this is getting really good reviews. Maybe I need to do a little more research into it now because so many people like it. So I think that's why review sites like that are good. But at the same time, the industry, weighs very heavily on those, as far as PR goes. And then there's a lot of companies out there that PR companies that get a lot of shit from publishers if their game isn't over a certain amount on Game Rankings or Metacritic. They're like, well, if you haven't reached a certain score on Game Rankings, then you, PR person, didn't do your job. And I think that's why you start to see PR companies pushing so heavily towards these game sites to what kind of score are you going to give it? You want some exclusive stuff or whatever? So I mean, it's a whole messy system. And, I'm not against reviews, and I really do like sites like Game Rankings and Metacritic, but there's this whole other dark side that's kind of tied to it. And
evil empire.
Well, they can be totally affected positively or negatively by outrageously high or low scores. Freaking Play loves to give magazine scores of 10 to everything.
Yeah, and early on it's going to affect it, but when there's 30 reviews that low score that like Play gave it, or high review that Play gave it.
There's
I think
gonna be
Edge, the
some
UK magazine, gives a lot of low scores.
They're going to give a lot of high, and the lows are going to cancel each other out.
Exactly.
And then you're going to see more of where the movie is.
Exactly.
That's how they do it in figure skating, right?
Of course.
They take the high score and the low score and drop them.
Yeah, that's exactly what they do. Actually, just in case there's any been like tampering with like the judges.
Is that what game rankings does?
No, I'm just
It's everything.
I don't know how it connects, but it's still
nice.
interesting. Yeah. So it's not like I'm going to go to rank again. Like right now, the PlayStation 3 version of Grand Theft Auto 4 is the greatest game of all time. I don't look at it like that. I don't actually rank my games based on game rankings, like the site is titled. But I do look at it in terms of like, oh well, if this game is the greatest game of all time, maybe I should look into it because it could be good. So,
Don't play the demo.
No, I mean, I don't want to get into that.
No.
But
No more of this demo talk.
I think someone could play a bad demo and be smart enough to know that it's not the final build and still look more into the final build.
Or they'd be smart enough to know not to buy it.
Yeah.
Okay. So, are we moving on to the next section? We're going to... I've got a wish list, kind of a wish list. For the longest time, we were wishing for good stuff from the Virtual Console, and it looks like it finally starting to be paying off a little bit with Earthbound coming out to the Virtual Console.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that.
But that's great, okay, but, I mean, I have a copy of Earthbound on the Super
Well, a lot
Super
most people
Nintendo.
don't.
Super
Well,
Nintendo.
no, but that's the
I
whole-
have a copy.
But that's the whole point. When are we going to see stuff like Mother 3? And
Wait, Earthbound is one of these titles, though.
Like,
You're an exception. I mean, you have a copy of Earthbound. Most people don't, and they've been wanting to play this game. This is the kind of stuff that
I think they can play and be disappointed.
This is the kind of stuff that we did want to see.
No,
Yeah, they could be disappointed, but at the end of the day, it's still an $8 game versus seeking out that cartridge for $100. You know what I mean?
yeah, and the thing, and it was nice to see Sin and Punishment get kind of translated.
Exactly.
Right.
Did you ever playing that?
It's rare games and like games that you won't typically see, like Japanese games.
Yeah.
I think they both fall into that category.
And I think I'm a little bit worried. Well, not worried, but I would like to see. I'm going to buy Earthbound for the Virtual Console because
Even though you have it?
yeah, because who knows how long that battery pack will last for.
Okay.
B, I'm thinking maybe they're going to use this as like a gauge to see, hey,
Do you want to help out?
yeah, I want to, if it sells really well, they're going to be like, holy crap,
Yeah. That's a good point, but I think this game will sell fairly well. Maybe.
I'm kind of proud of Nintendo for
But
selling
they
it.
don't really market like these virtual consoles.
Yeah, they just put it out and then hush hush, whoever knows about it knows about it.
And because Earthbound wasn't a huge hit before, it's probably not going to be a huge hit on Virtual Console now, which is kind of strange.
Were you going to show that off?
What? Oh no, people. I've already zoomed in on
People have
earlier in the show.
People have already noticed it. They were talking about the bear, the flaming bear.
But they also announced and rated Suikoden 1 for like the PSN download, which is another good sign that also some of these rare like PlayStation 1 RPGs are going to hit the download service. I mean, Earthbound is great, but like I said, you do have a copy. I mean, at the end of the day, you're still playing it on the same TV. It's the same thing. What I like about the PSN download is that you can put them on your PSP, which is cool because playing these games on the go. I wish I could play like Earthbound on my DS. Yeah.
Fuck me.
Which is pretty awesome. The thing I'm worried about is I don't think we're going to see any of those great.
That you have a problem tomorrow, huh?
So dude,
Oh man, nice transition.
that was nice.
That was good.
We'll see how that goes.
You let us know in the next.
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to see it.
I don't think y'all
give-
care.
give us a
Or
call.
do care, but don't want to hear about
We'll,
it.
we'll live cast it.
Well, oh man, hit the camera. All right, moving
It's not
on.
small enough. I have smaller cameras.
Okay, I was like, whoa, sorry.
Anyways.
David.
Are we moving on to anybody else have any sections?
I was just gonna go quickly over it. What this week in the news? Just a few.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
A few blurbs. I don't know if this was this week. I've had a little internet problem where I couldn't see anything on the internet recently. But Ubisoft Montreal.
Stop downloading that stuff that gets you spyware in those.
No, it's my whole
So
internet.
you've been going to those sites again, Nick. You need to watch out.
Yeah,
Yes.
I know some good sets you have to
Busted.
download.
Oh, I don't. Never mind.
Get swamped.
If you start taking advice about that stuff from Travis, I'm going to be very disappointed in you.
Anyways,
But really.
Ubisoft Montreal has announced they're developing a new Prince of Persia, which is kind of what inspired me to go out and buy the games. Very different look to it. It's more like looks more like Okami than does the original Prince of Persia. It has that cel-shaded art style. Looks pretty cool. Different story, different prints, different like main characters.
About time.
Another interesting thing is they're not using the whole time control thing.
Yeah, they've dropped the time control and they've revamped the combat system, which I don't know how yet.
Are they going to have a blend-in system?
I mean,
Prince can kind of blend in and look like he's just hanging out with some people while the guards.
You will be able to pray to blend in with your crowd.
Are they going to add anything? Have they said anything else what they're adding instead of the time system?
They have. I don't think they did. The only article that's out right now is actually in a European network.
And we don't speak European.
No, it took a French magazine. It was all in French.
French, okay.
Another thing I wanted to bring up that I saw in the news actually today or yesterday was that they announced they confirmed the Bioshock movie and that Gore Verbinski is going to be working on it. Gore Verbinski? He's the guy who directed the Pirates of the Caribbean movies and also the American version of The Ring, which which I'm not a huge Pirates fan, but I know it has a huge
following.
I know it has a huge following. Freaking those movies make a fucking ton of money.
As long as they don't get Bowl to do it.
The thing is, I mean, despite how you feel about those movies, like they did have a really cool look to them, and they were definitely have a higher budget than what you typically see out of these video game movies. I also really like the atmosphere and just the creepiness.
Pirates of the Caribbean was Disney backed.
That's true.
What is Bioshock going to be back?
I mean, I'm not saying Gore Verbinski was responsible for the production value, but I'm saying he did have a creative vision behind it.
You know how Disney backed it, right? It was based on a freaking ride, like a freaking.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Jack Sparrow.
And I should take a shitty source.
The bottom line is he is a director that people are willing to invest a lot of money in because he's done big movies in the past, which means this could be a movie that does get backed,
by 2K.
Well, no, I mean I'm talking about by a huge production studio. I mean I'm talking about this is going to be a higher level video game movie than what we typically see because it has this respected director working on it. Also, the guy who's they're trying to get or that they're getting to write the screenplay. Is also a well-respected writer. His last 3 movies were Sweeney Todd, which got fantastic reviews, The Aviator, the Martin Scorsese movie, and The Last Samurai, which are all freaking... which is...
I love The Last Samurai.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that movie as well, which again is a high-profile screenplay writer. So, I mean, if this is the combination they're getting to work on the Bioshock movie, we might see,
the best video game movie ever.
Not only the best video game movie ever made, but this is the kind of stuff that might get recognition outside of just the video game community. I'm talking about a lot of buzz in the movie industry. Freaking 100 million opening weekend, that kind of stuff. So
I can see people who don't know watching that movie if it's good. If you make it a good movie, or watching it and saying, "God, where did you get the idea for that?" And then realizing it's a video game, and going, "Holy shit, that's a video game. That's what games are like now." And being a huge deal because of that. But
I'd be really excited to see a Big Daddy in that movie. That'd be some scary shit.
Yes, I agree.
Are they going to go that direction? Or are they going to say anything about that?
They haven't said anything.
They haven't said much about it. But yeah, there's going to be Big Daddies in the movie. Or a Big Daddy.
Well,
it wouldn't be Bioshock,
do it
Big Daddy.
before all the shit went down.
I'm more curious how they're going to portray the main character because it is a silent hero.
Well, he's not going to be the main character. He's dead. Or he wasn't
alive. Watch it be the whole movie
stuff.
is like that sequence in the Doom movie where it's all...
I guarantee you most movies will be about Fontaine or whoever.
I know, but I think there's still going to have to be a protagonist.
Yeah.
So I'm curious how they're going to do that. But I mean, either way, I mean, as long as they capture the unique look and the atmosphere and maybe the creepiness of Bioshock, then it should be pretty interesting to watch at least. So.
Okay, and the last thing in the news I want to mention, what I posted yesterday in the blog, was it officially announced that they're going to be developing Doom 4, which is something I've been kind of waiting for. I really, really hope they take it. And I love Doom 3. I really hope.
It was a blast.
Doom 2?
Doom 3.
Okay, I think it's Doom 2. It's
Doom 2 is Doom 1.
Doom in general, dude's Doom. So I really hope, I kind of hope they take it in a new direction, maybe a different look, like a new kind of environment, maybe scarier. But I can't wait to see what they do with it. As long as it serves The Rock,
Give me that soul.
I'll be happy. Okay, I'm done.
I have a hype machine.
Well, let's finish Sweaty Palms and Shameful Secrets first.
Oh, I thought it was just all of the
Anybody else?
table discussion.
Sweaty Palm?
Well, Shameful Secret first. I now own 2 copies of Persona 3.
I saw that.
that are sealed. And then only 3 copies of Arcana Heart.
Damn it, David.
Really?
I
3
can't.
copies?
You have 3 friends.
He has. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, there you go.
I used one of their version. I had one
That's
sealed,
good.
and then I bought
Like
a used
you-
copy over the weekend because it was used.
Because it was used.
It was used, and I was like, okay, this one's been molested. I can just play it. I don't have to worry about it getting scratched up. Yeah. Something's wrong with me on those 2 games.
You have a problem.
Those kind of games.
Yeah,
You
I think what it is you feel like you should like those games, but you don't have that drive to actually want to play them.
So I was show respect
Getting
by
old.
buying them.
Yeah.
You're getting old. Heavens.
Yeah, Sweaty Palms. I posted over there this week because I was worried about the summer drought and how it is a drought always every year. And Brad kind of had a response to it.
Yeah, responded in kind of a big way.
Yeah.
That was pretty nice. I like how y'all's post.
I have 2 words to say for Brad. Oh.
How is that too?
I'm pretty convinced that like
First
you
of all,
look
not
through the
words.
list and all that much detail.
Okay, well,
I actually kind of more agree with David just because I looked at that list you made and I'm gonna play maybe 3 of them.
yeah. The thing is, it's not the same as like.
But I mean, how many of those games did you see that you didn't really know all that much about?
I'm talking about like the rest of the year. Like, you remember last year when it was rolling around? Like last year, it was like the end of summer, and we're like, holy crap! Blue Dragon's coming out, Halo 3's coming out, Mass Effect's coming out. You know, you can.
That usually
That was the fall.
Assassin's Creed.
Yeah,
that's gonna start piling on.
There's a lot of stuff coming in the fall that we don't even know about. Much less
StarCraft
people
2.
stuff on this list
StarCraft
that's
2.
going to be pushed back.
I can tell you
StarCraft 2 is going to be delayed. It's Blizzard.
No, fuck you.
I guarantee you, it's
StarCraft 2's
still going
I
to be
hate
crazy.
to break your
coming
heart.
out. No, fuck you.
Trevor.
I can tell you right now that October for me is gonna be crazy. There's already gonna be like 6 or 7 games.
I need a job by then, at the least.
I ain't going to be in Austin anymore.
What is that? How's that going to stop me from getting a job?
Yeah.
Wait, how's Sonic working out?
Oh, I quit there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I didn't mean to, but I quit, so.
What do you mean you didn't mean to?
Like, I talked about it with her, and she just assumed that I was going to do it, so I'm not on the schedule anymore. She's fine with me, because I was going to, but I quit.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Maybe they just didn't like your attitude.
We didn't even have a chance to do the show from there.
Do you have any sweaty palms?
We wanted to do a show.
Sweaty palms? No, I'm not worried at all about the gaming industry right now.
Really? What,
No, it's not the
or
game
what about
industry.
specific games or anything like?
Games?
Look at Persona 3. Look at this disc, dude. It's beautiful.
All right. Focus, David.
I'm focused, man. Focused on all this scattered ass.
All right. Any more sweaty palm? I got a sweaty palm just because.
Because you've been playing with yourself.
No, I'm
From the intensity of the board demo.
Yeah.
No, I'm actually.
The nectar.
That's my
You're
sweaty
the
palm.
nectar. The
Both those
nectar.
things are my sweaty palms. Haze. I'm afraid I'm gonna pick it up and hate it. And Born.
I think Hazel's surprised me.
And Born, I'm afraid it's gonna be too short. That's my main fear of Born games. It's gonna be too short.
But you see what I'm saying? I wasn't just talking out of my
no,
ass.
I
It seems
totally
like the
agree.
way it's set up.
There's gonna be 12 missions, is what they said.
Holy shit.
Yeah. I think it's either 12
Well, maybe like a 2-hour
13.
game.
Less than that.
Nick. I'll pay for half of the game if you wait for its first price drop.
No.
It will be like 3 weeks.
No.
3 weeks and I'll pay for half the game.
No. All right.
Well,
I have a sweaty palm as well.
it took Golden Compass like 6 weeks.
What's your sweaty palm, Brad? You
That's
got
because it's golden.
It's this one actually. I'm worried about that I'm going to get all into and want to play Soul Calibur 4 and I will have nobody to play with.
I'll play Soul Calibur
Because
4.
nobody's going to care as much as I do.
Well, which version?
Weren't y'all
I don't
talking
give a
trash
shit
about
either.
this?
PS3. Let's get PS3.
Talking trash about Soul Calibur 4?
PS3 because they have
The
two
moment they
separate-
announced that they had Star Wars characters in it, I thought y'all were talking so
Well, I'm
much trash.
shitting on the idea of them putting Star Wars characters in the game, but that doesn't take away from the fact that Soul Calibur is like a really good franchise.
All that's still going to be in there? Shit.
I mean, shit, Taki's in there.
So are the three of us getting together for
I
Soul
love that
Calibur?
game.
then?
It's not just like
That was my
like
first
maybe
fighting
me
game.
and you, or us. Fine, we'll play together, but like, how far is that going to go? The idea is that there's not going to be an arcade version for this, at least not anytime soon. And
What kids
like these fighting games, and there's no online in Soul Calibur. Well, no, Soul Calibur for the Dreamcast got the release, and there's no online in that. I think there's going to be online for the Soul Calibur 4. But I'm saying it's probably going to run like shit. I'm just worried that I'm going to want to get into it, but it's going to be very limited just how much I can get into the fighting game.
Yeah,
So, I mean, that sucks.
That's,
Same
one of,
with
the,
Tekken
that's
6.
one of the hard things. I've been wanting to play Arcana Heart, but other than like calling Juan and saying, "Hey,
Or
Juan,
me.
come over."
or I'm there too. It's nice.
You live here.
But
But that's why I have 3 copies.
next
I have 1 copy that I don't have to worry about scratching up and putting in.
But yeah, that sucks because I wanna get Soul Calibur, but you know,
So 360 or PS3?
I don't care.
PS3 because I got the sticks.
Yeah, PS3. Plus, Yoda looks game breaking. Vader looks usable.
I don't like Vader though. He looks so.
Vader.
I can never see Vader being a very fluid fighter at all.
No, he's very slow.
But I mean, he's not going to. He's probably really powerful. So that'll balance it out. I mean, he's not a hulking mass like
really
Asteroid or whatever. But
what were you talking about that girl? You said she's got 2 weapons. You stab one and pulls you in.
I mean, that's the kind of stuff that excites me. Not Vader or Yoda. It's the fact that they had this new character, this female knight, who actually has a new unique fighting style that they've never done before, and the fact that she can independently control 2 different weapons that she holds.
Wow.
To where her kick button isn't mapped to kicks, it's mapped to her other weapon. So she has these lunge moves with her pike where she can run a guy through, and as they're impaled, can use her other weapon to attack with.
That seems like it'd be kind of
cheap, right?
Yeah,
but
not cheap, just not balanced.
Well, it sounds not balanced. But then I heard reports that she doesn't do a lot of damage, so you really have to master her fighting style. Yeah. And although she has a lot of range, again, she doesn't do a huge amount of damage, and you have to learn this more complicated system. But yeah, again, that's the stuff that excites me. So, you really want to get that up. Well, we have live, breaking, blog updates during our podcast. So if you're listening to this podcast now, you know that.
This on the radio is way long.
Yeah. Yes, he updated the blog as.
I'm glad to see Nick's been watching trailers in the middle of the show.
No, I haven't even watched it. I just posted.
It's better than one time. I saw him posting in the game trailers forums during the show.
I was promoting the show. Wait, no, was I?
No,
no, I wasn't. You're right. Correct. Shut up.
So how come you guys don't like this Bourne fellow? I think he's a compelling character.
Hype machine, you whore.
Moving on to the hype machine. Travis, you said you have
that's just a game or something that you're getting excited for, right?
just anything.
Anything
I went to GameStop
yesterday.
I walked in, I looked down, I saw my favorite, one of my top 5 games being remade for the DS.
Whoa.
I know what it is.
I don't. Go ahead.
And this game...
Touchdown, Travis.
Unfortunately, this game does not work on my computer because my computer's too high-tech to play it, but not high-tech enough to play it.
Oh, I know what he's talking about. Dude.
Dodgeball? Is it the dodgeball one?
Fuck dodgeball. I can play dodgeball outside.
Sorry, Travis.
It's missed.
I played it.
You play it on the DS?
Yeah.
It's not out yet.
It's out. It was out in Europe. The thing is, it's a shitty port. So maybe that's why you're sweaty palms.
How can you make that a
They fucked it up. I don't know how, but they fucked it up. They did.
You click. I'm getting it.
Well,
okay.
I think
you already told me you just don't like the game.
No. I've heard reports from people. This was recently.
Oh, you didn't play it
Did you hear it?
No,
I played it myself. But also but people reports who love Myst, are saying that this is a bad port. So I mean, yeah.
I don't understand how you could really fuck up a port like that because all you do is point and click. And then
believe it or not, it looks bad.
Shit.
It's a game about a bunch of screenshots, but those screenshots are bad. So damn, yeah,
that sucks. Oh
that
man,
really does suck.
Well, there goes the hype machine.
No. Yeah, I know, and you're a Myst fan. I don't want to talk you out of it, but I'm just saying maybe you should look into it.
Just try it out.
Yeah.
Freaking try
You
it out.
have it?
Yeah, I'll
when
show
did
you.
you go to Europe to go get it?
Don't. Let's not.
I take trips to Europe all the time, dude.
Let's not.
What about you, Nick? What's your hype machine?
Well, I'm gonna avoid the big ones, obviously, that you already know about. For me, what I was saying earlier when I said I kind of agree with David, there's not much over the summer that I'm actually going to be excited about this I'm playing. I am probably I might pick up Deadly Creatures for the Wii.
Yeah.
Oh God!
Wasn't that THQ game?
Yeah, THQ game where you play the Scorpion.
But I've heard because they laid off a whole shitload of THQ people that I don't know the development of that game could at the very least be displaced. I mean, as far as they're working on it,
I don't know. I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna check out the reviews. I'll probably
as long as you can go get over here.
Oh God. Other than that,
I thought about making a joke like that. I was like, no, that'd be lame.
David has no problem making
Yeah, I have no problem with that.
So you mentioned it earlier, but I'm getting these are the next big ones that are coming out for me, which probably won't be till August more. But other than Bourne and Metal Gear and things looking at on that. Mirror's Edge, I'm really, really excited about. I read the whole article and play. I'm really excited about it. The trailer looks beautiful. What's that?
The release date at all?
It's in right now. It says
2009.
One thing we haven't mentioned is it is being developed by DICE, the guys who are behind the Battlefield series.
2009.
Oh, that's kind of interesting.
It's interesting because it's a
Late breaking news.
Shut up, David.
2009.
I'll tell you what is 2009. Prototype is officially 2009 release title.
Congratulations, Nick.
And what was the other one that got pushed back?
You paid it off.
There were two big titles that got pushed back to 2009. Prototype and what was the other one?
No, a lot of stuff got pushed back.
Fallout 3.
Not Fallout 3.
Final Fantasy 13.
I see Fallout 3 getting pushed, definitely.
And I'm getting kind of excited about 2 Human. I wasn't really turned on by like the gameplay, what the gameplay looked like.
Did you watch that trailer I posted?
No, I haven't. I'm going to. Don't worry.
It's sad.
But it was more like the
Actually, guys, the Far Cry?
cinematic look of it looked really good. Far Cry, I would say Far
The game
Cry, but
looks
it's
fun.
like the computer work says July, but it's not gonna be on July. It won't be on July, I can guarantee that. But if that does come out in July, shit, I'm excited about that. But
Just guaranteed us.
that's my hype machine. So
That is the machine that you are tuning because what is hype machine?
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's why
It's
just
I don't know. You're the one who came up with the
how about hype robot? Huh? Huh? Like